What's up, everybody? 2021 is here. A lot of stuff happening.
Outrageous Fun. Season 3.
What's up, everybody?
What up? Welcome back.
Welcome back, dude. I got, first of all, I already know it's going to be 150 degrees by the end of this episode because the AC is off and it's 99 outside.
Oh.
So, really, I'm already, like, thinking about it and sweating.
Breathe lightly. Dude, this camera, how about this camera over here? I got the shit camera from, like, when you guys were making...
Hey, not for long. Not for long. Just
okay.
one more.
Okay.
First of all.
I mean, look at Joe.
I mean,
you look...
I mean, no, I got the... I mean, I look
Bro,
fucking
you look
good.
so good.
I look really
okay. I just got a haircut recently, and I got to say, it's, like, a little bit shorter than I wanted to, and it just feels, like, so fucking white.
Yo, I was just about to say that. Literally, I was about to type it.
So white.
I was about to type it so I didn't forget to say it. You get a haircut, you look like you're running for senator.
Yeah.
I get a haircut, that's just not what happens.
I don't know how that happened. My hair was like, it's cool long, but you know, I needed the cleanup.
You look the whitest you've looked in a minute.
Yeah, I tried to put this shirt on to unwhite myself, but I don't think it worked at all.
How do we highlight the Puerto Rican side of you? This ain't it.
This shirt is supposed to be it. Is this not Puerto Rican?
It's probably the least Puerto Rican. Maybe the least.
Don't be racist now.
I think you're being racist.
What? I can't be racist against my own people.
Sure you can.
Yes, you can.
Sure you can.
But I don't have a Puerto Rican haircut. That's a fact.
That's for sure. Or face or body.
Fuck yeah.
No, wait, real quick. I have a couple shout outs I want to drip in here real quick.
Drip.
First, this is on a serious note, not to set this off on a weird note. My buddy Jack Stone collapsed today, and he went to the ER, and he's in recovery, and I just wanted to give a quick shout out. Hope he's okay.
God.
Yeah, I think he's okay. I think he was dehydrated from this weekend. We were in Montauk, so I think he was dehydrated, and he was, like, unresponsive this morning, but I think he's okay. I haven't gotten an update. I'm pretty sure he's okay.
Shit.
So I will just wanted to give a quick shout out to him. Hope he's okay.
Prayers.
And, prayers. And my cousin Angelina, I saw her at my cousin Natalie's wedding last weekend. She's a huge fan of the pod.
Fuck yeah.
She's always been out. She DMs us all the time. And she requested strongly a shout out. And she also earned it because me and her basically took the wood planks off the dance floor and ripped it the fuck up.
Oh,
like,
nice.
we tore the dance floor up.
Oh, at that wedding?
Oh, yeah. So she earned her shout out. So I want to give her a quick shout out.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Who's Carnold?
Oh, my God. Well, so you know my cousin Dina, my blonde cousin?
Yeah.
Her boyfriend, the best guy ever.
Yeah, he's the shit.
He had this, he's like, he came up to me in the beginning of the wedding. He's like, dude, my friend did this hilarious thing where he, like, took a video of him, like, eating a Thai at a wedding. And I didn't, like, understand what he was talking about. So later on in the wedding, when we blacked out,
dude,
he's like,
take my phone right now. I'm about to do this.
He goes, turn your camera on. So I'm going to show you this video. And you're going to shit your pants. Play that video, dude.
I'm watching. That's right. It's like that girl was so not ready for it.
Dude, he just walks up.
Nobody was ready for that.
Deep throats this kid's tie. And by the way,
look at
that cinematography. I came up behind him like,
yeah, that was a pretty good shot,
right? So I wanted to give him a shout out because that was one of the funniest things I've ever seen in person in my whole life.
Dang.
So yeah. So what up? Quick shout outs.
Love that.
Yeah.
Shout out to Angelina. I know is a huge fan. I had a Jack Stone story, but because I saw his name there, but I feel like whatever story you have of him probably is actually the story of it. The story actually is. I'm gonna tell.
Is it rated? What's the rating?
It's actually it's actually a My Bad with Jack Stone.
Oh, cool.
So
that's good. That's fine then.
Yeah. So back in my big old drinking days, I will never fucking forget this the rest of my life. It actually gave me an enormous panic attack. We went out in the city, me, you, and Durs, and me and you slept in Jack Stone's bed.
Oh my God, I remember. I know exactly what you're saying.
And apparently, maybe only me was partaking in the drunk eating. Only me. We slept in the same bed. I guess Joe didn't eat. I was blacked out. I don't remember, but I guess Joe had none of the food.
No.
So then the next day, let me tell the full story.
You tell the full story.
So the next day, Joe texts me and goes, dude, you fat fuck.
Sounds like me.
You fucking Jack Stone's pissed because we fucking slept in his bed and you left fucking chips in there, you fat fucking drunk fuck. And I was in Staten Island, hungover to the nines, bro. And I'm like, I'm supposed to be studying, but we got fucked up that weekend. And I'm like, oh my God, like, I'm the worst, dude. Like, you can't bring me anywhere. I'm just so shitty. So I Venmo Jack Stone $20. And they go, dude, fucking like, buy a drink on me. Sorry about that. And then he texts me and he's just like, dude, it was not an issue at all. Like, I actually don't know. Like, it was super, like, I blew it up in my head to like a 15 out of 10 on the freak out scale.
Right.
But in his world, it was like a 3 out of 10. So I just randomly Venmoed him $20 to like buy him a sandwich or something. He was like, yo, it's all good, dude.
That's a classic case of like, my tone was probably like, you fat fuck. Like, Jack, first of all, it wasn't just chips. I vividly remember this because that's why I called you a fat fuck. We were eating chips, and then Dylan went in the fridge and pulled out a bag of shredded cheddar cheese, raw, and was pouring shredded cheddar cheese on handfuls of Tostitos scoops, and there was cheese in the bed.
Right.
That was why you are a fat fuck.
Right.
That is all
a fat fuck
that would
move.
do that.
Yeah.
Correct.
Right.
So
let's ask this question.
Right.
Is there anything better than shredded cheese when you're fucking wasted?
Yes. The answer is just about any other food.
I'm going to go ahead and argue absolutely not.
So,
shredded cheese is the best thing you could eat.
Really?
Yeah.
You'd
Just
rather eat a handful
handfuls.
of shredded cheese than like a mozzarella stick or a slice of pizza.
Yep.
You're dumb and you're being ridiculous. You're being ridiculous.
Yo, you get Sargento mozzarella
Sargento
shredded.
off the block?
Off the block, shredded chunks, and you just take a handful of that and you toss it down the gullet. You're always leaving crumbs the next day, so you know you're a piece of shit.
This is why you're stupid. Like, you should take the shredded cheese, put it on chips, toss it in the microwave,
I don't
and make
have
yourself
that
some
patience.
chos, some little nachos, like a fucking.
You say
grown.
chos?
I say chos because I
You
abbreviate everything now.
everything?
Yeah, I was in Montauk this week, and I'm bro. Yo, I have so many. I'll tell you later, but I have so much,
let's get into the high and low of the week. Jack Stone, I hope you're okay.
Yeah, I hope Jack. Yeah,
And sorry I ate shredded cheese in your bed once.
yeah.
Hope that lunch I bought you was sick.
What'd you send him $10?
I sent him $20.
Oh, that's his lunch.
Yeah, that's lunch.
That's nice. I'm sure it was okay. So yeah, highs and lows of the week. My high of the week was Montauk. I mean, I was in Montauk.
Joe was in Montauk for 5 days.
I was in Montauk from Tuesday to Sunday, and the first couple days were like very chill. We got there on Tuesday night and like did nothing, and a bunch more people were showing up on Wednesday. And I think I have a couple highlights from this weekend. The first one was the first day, Wednesday night, the first full day. It was just me, Chris Sanders, his girlfriend, and my friend Marissa. So it was just us four. And later on that night, Jack Stone, his girlfriend, and our friend Emily Huff were showing up late, like after dinner. So we had like some drinks at dinner, but we had like a pretty tame night. We were kind of lit, but we were like had a pretty tame night. And we came back and we were like, all right, let's start a fire. And then somebody was like, oh, Huff is coming. Now, Huff is this girl, Emily. She's actually dating my old roommate, Dave. Remember Dave?
Yep. Dave.
And she's very shy. Like, initially very shy and a little awkward, but she's fucking hilarious. So we were like, let's get really, really, really high because Huff is going to show up, and let's just like, it was Chris's idea. He's like, let's get so high. Like, I want Huff to show up, and I don't want to talk to her for like 20 minutes. Like, I want her to be weirded out. So we were like, fuck it. All right, let's get high.
What a weird plan, but
it was
okay.
such a weird plan. We were like kind of drinking. So we did that. And we smoked like a full joint, just like the four of us. And like, we're not heavyweight dudes, like, you know. So we were like kind of a problem. And Huff showed up. And like, probably within 4 seconds, like me and Chris, she showed up. I had a laugh attack. And it didn't stop until everybody went to bed. Like, me and Chris would say like, oh, what's up? And before he finished a sentence, I would just be like dying laughing. We woke up the next morning and Huff was just like, are you guys good? Like, that was honestly just some of the most fun I've ever had.
Sure.
But this weekend was just insane, man. Like, I want to say, no exaggeration, I think I saw 35 people, random people that I knew.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
well, you are the Kevin Bacon of Long Island.
Okay, so Chris Sanders is supposed to be the mayor of Montauk. And we're walking around, and I just keep seeing people from fucking St. Anthony's everywhere I went. To the point where now the last day, I'm at this place called The Point. It's like a dive bar. and all my friends left. I was waiting for one of my friends to show up, and I'm looking around, and this is the last day. I'm beat up. I'm like done. I can't even. I'm like really
this is
like
the Saturday.
This is the Saturday.
Right.
It's probably like 1:30 in the morning. I really just was like, I gotta go home. I'm looking around. There's a bunch of people in like tuxedos and suits, and I'm like, oh, they must have been coming from a wedding. Like
Right.
there's 20 of them. They must have come from a wedding. Oh, and there's just girls and like dresses, and I'm like, but I'm not looking at their faces. I start looking at their faces.
What are you looking at?
I see a girl run
looking at their
past me.
butts?
No, I see a girl run past me in a fucking wedding dress, and like the scaries hit me. It was Chrissy Gambino, St. Anthony's. Every person there was a St. Anthony's person.
Chrissy Gambino in a wedding dress?
She got married this weekend. And I was like blown away. I was like, there's this girl. She's like, this little girl runs by in a wedding dress in the middle of this dive bar. I'm blacked out. I'm like sleeping, standing up. And I'm like, I feel like I know that girl. Because Dylan makes fun of me all the time. He's like, you always say you know that person. And literally 40 times this weekend, I was like, I know that person. And then they would come up to me, be like, Joe. And it was like, oh, fuck, I do know that person. This was the one time I was like, I'm not saying hi to these fucking people. Like,
Who was
I
there?
can't handle it. It was, so I saw Charlie Raffa, but I saw him earlier that weekend. We actually hung out one night.
These are just
Charlie
high
Raffa, Chrissy
school people.
Gambino. I honestly can't even put names to half the faces. I just recognized every single person. And I was
they were
like,
all
this
in the
isn't
bar
it.
with you?
And they were all in the bar. But I
That
was
is-
like off to myself
Were
because
you literally alone?
I was alone at this point. Like a couple friends left and I stayed there to wait for somebody else.
So you're alone. Our entire high school's there celebrating a marriage, and you're
Correct.
just sitting in this bar at 1:30 in the morning alone.
Correct.
That is not the vibe.
No, it's not. It's not the time you go, hey, what's up, guys? Like, good to see you. Like, I'm looking fucking nuts. Like, oh,
You're
look,
alone.
classic creepy Joe's at a bar alone at
Oh,
2 a.m. I was like,
God.
no, that's not what's happening. I swear to God.
For the
So I
record,
didn't say hi.
Congratulations, Chrissy Gambino, on getting married. Her mother was my pediatrician.
Yeah, she grabbed the nuts ears,
She
didn't she?
did. She watched me grow as a boy.
Had a boy.
That way and that way.
Did she ever bring to your attention the size of your nuts, or was she professional about it? Dylan has like
For the room.
meteorite nuts.
Yeah, they're in the 1%.
They're the biggest balls.
They're in the
anyone's ever
1% of
seen.
balls.
Yeah.
I mean HIPAA, so I feel like she's. But did she ever comment on what your question was?
I'm saying, did she ever bring to your
I don't know why my
What's
brain
your-
went. Do you think she ever told Chrissy about it? Definitely not.
No,
Um,
definitely not. Maybe though.
Did
I
she
mean,
ever? No.
Did she ever say,
mostly
"Hey,
told
Dylan"?
me that my cholesterol was high and I was an obese child and and I needed to lose weight. That's what she mostly told me.
Oh, that's upsetting.
Yeah.
And it never stuck. It never was like maybe no more Kit Kats for the kid.
No, we just kept going.
Push on.
I was. There was a point where they were like, I remember those conversations. And I
mean,
had
you
white coat.
Clearly remember.
I had
those conversations.
I would get white coat. You ever hear of white coat syndrome? White coat
No,
syndrome
I
is when
guess
you
not.
go to the doctor and you have elevated blood pressure because you're like nervous
'Cause
that
they're
they're
gonna
gonna
tell you
like
you're fat?
yeah. So I would go to the doctor at like 12 years old, and then they would like take my blood pressure and be like 180 over 90, and they'd be like, are you nervous? And I'd just be like, I don't know.
Oh my
I'm
God.
12. Yeah, we were menaces, dude. Kaylee hated going. My sister hated going to the fucking doctor. And there's this one time that she was like in a room, like getting examined, and she fucking freaked out and bolted out of the room, but was in like a gown and was naked underneath, and was just running around the pediatrician's office like ass naked.
What is up with you guys?
Yo, Keith said, I don't
Chill
know. We
the
were weird
fuck
at the
out.
doctor.
Jeez, there's so many. I mean, the doctor's not great, but like,
Yeah.
jeez,
Yeah.
chill out.
So I mean, happy wedding.
But yeah, happy wedding. Congrats to Chrissy Gambino. Another shout out. And then
Was that the high or a low? Because that feels like a
no,
little
that
bit
was
of both.
it was a high because it was funny to me.
Yeah.
Like, I was laughing about it. But no, the bigger high was so we went to this place called Common Ground. It's like Frankie, I think, has been there. It's like a outdoor club basically on the beach. And we went there one night. It was the one night we like went bougie and we like got a table, which was
Nice.
the worst. I mean, it was great. It was so fun, but it was so expensive. It was insane. It was irresponsible. But we get there, and like we were like one of the first tables there, and then they started flooding in. I see a group of girls like go by. Didn't even look at them. All of a sudden, I just hear, "Is that Joe Cormio?" And I'm like, this was like the 5th time this week, and I was like, "Who the fuck now?" And I turn around, Frankie. It was Bella Pagano, Jill Santori, fucking, and like all these girls I went to middle school with.
Nice.
On one of their bachelorette parties. Every single one of them was getting married like in the next 2 months. So congrats to them too. So what up? So that was just fun. And I saw Liz Texter there too. Another great time. Dude, Liz Texter's sister came up to me and Liz. Now, Liz Texter's one of me and Dylan's best friends of all time. And she just jokingly was like, so why don't you two fuck? And like, it was like hilarious the first time. She did it like 9 times. Like 9 times. And Liz flipped the fuck out on
Really?
her. Like 6 times. She was like, you think you're fucking funny? You're like, we were lit. She, like, it was like, first it was like joking, man. Then it was like, no, fuck you, man. Like, shut up. You're ruining the night. It was so fucking weird. Oh, it was great times though.
That's
that was
good.
a high. It was all a high.
Any lows? Just a hangover?
Yeah, I mean, I think the whole weekend could be spun into a low when you look back at it. I mean, I didn't sleep for 5 days.
It was How
I
was
spent
it? So
all of my money.
How was it like going and doing one of those like big 5 days like at the beach, Fire Island, Montauk type esque?
Unbelievable.
You still got it, or you washed up, or
No,
you're
I
in
got it.
You got it.
But then the second it ended, I don't got it.
Okay.
Like I had it because I was like waking up.
You still
It was like,
you sweating at the booze right now? Still, I think.
Dude, I'm gonna be hungover for a month. Like it was a
Yeah,
lot.
those
We
are
were
those are
drinking
hangovers
at, like,
that last
Yeah.
for a full week.
And I'm not like a.
Tomorrow's your birthday too.
I know. I gotta
And
get.
now
I gotta rally.
And it's 4th of July this weekend.
I know. I gotta really rally.
I know.
Oh, in Long Beach too.
Yeah,
Oh,
we're gonna turn
I can't
up.
be a bitch.
No, we're gonna turn up.
I know.
We are.
But yeah, I mean, I'm poor, sleep deprived, and all that. So like that would be a low.
right.
Mostly the poor thing.
You're balling.
No, just everything's $50. Every drink is $20.
Really? How much is like a Bud Light?
Bud Light is like $12.
Sheesh.
A Bud Light is not worth $12, in case you were wondering.
No, definitely not.
No.
I'm going. That's like a Bud Light at the. You buy a Bud Light, it's like maybe 10 cents to make.
Probably.
The markup is incredible.
It's unbelievable. They're killing it.
They are.
Yeah.
They absolutely are.
Yeah.
One of the biggest beer brands in America. Who would have ever thought it?
I kind of love Bud Light, though.
It is a classic.
It's classic.
It's an absolute classic. So my high of the week on Thursday. We're doing a lot of name dropping today, but I went out to dinner for a friend's birthday, Natalie. We went out to dinner at this place called
birthday,
Oceans.
Natalie.
It was like a mad bougie place in New York City. So we go out to dinner there. We're all hanging out at the table. This kid's like, all right, I got to go to the bathroom quick. He leaves and comes back, and he's just fucking grinning. And I'm like, dude, what? He literally looked like he just got like jerked off in the bathroom. Like he just looked like he's having such a good time. He's like, yo.
Jesus. That's where your mind went?
Like he looked like he had just came. I'm gonna double down there. Yeah, like this kid literally looked like he was post-sex.
Okay, cool.
So I was like, what's going on there, dude? And he was like, oh my God, like did you guys know that they have smart toilets here? And I was like, what? And he's like, yeah, like I was just in the smart toilet. Like it's so good. And I was like, really? And he's like, yeah, like go. I was like, I'm not going to reveal too much, but like it's just a really good time. Like go check it out. So I go to the bathroom, come back. I go to the bathroom. There's like nothing going on. Like I go to the bathroom. There's 2 urinals, and I look at the urinals. I'm like, those just look like normal ass urinals. So that must be the toilet. So I go to the toilet, and the toilet seemed like mad regular. And then I come back to the it's mad regular. So I come back to the table and I sit down.
You've never been a big technology guy though.
Wait for it. So I sit back down at the table, and like there was conversation going on, and I just kind of like slipped past, like no one really said anything. Later on in the dinner, someone else goes to the bathroom, comes back, and they're like, dude, what were you talking about? The bathroom's like super fucking normal. And he's like, no, like the smart toilets are great. And I was like, did you go to you go downstairs to go to the bathroom? He's like, no, there's like bathrooms up here. Like you got to go to the bathrooms up here. So I was like, oh, fuck. So I go back to the bathroom just to check out the smart toilet. And it was like a wheelchair accessible one. So it was like on the top floor, but it was like in this weird hallway that it didn't even look like a door. It was just like wood paneling that said WC on it. There was no handle, and you had to like push it. It was a speakeasy bathroom with a smart toilet inside. So I was like, I finally get in the smart toilet bathroom, and it reeks of throw up. And I look in the corner, and there's like towels in there with like, I was like, fuck that. So I go in, there's 2 of them. So I go in the next one. I'm like, all right, fuck yeah. This is definitely a smart toilet. I sit down. There's like a panel there with like all sorts of shit. One of them says massage. So I'm like, fuck yeah. Like, am I going to?
Oh, no. Dylan.
One of them
You
says,
fucking idiot.
so I'm like, yo, is the seat going to like massage my tush as I'm like taking a shit? So I hit massage, and I'm like waiting there. I didn't even have to pee. Like I was just sitting on the toilet to feel this shit. All of a sudden, a very, very tight stream of water goes straight into my fucking butthole. And it scares the absolute shit out of me because I'm expecting my cheeks to get a massage. So I pop up and the water's still going and I'm wearing these gray shorts and it's just spraying, like the water's like spraying out and spraying me with water. And I'm like freaking out. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like trying to get the thing to stop. It's just a stream of water shooting out of the toilet. It finally cuts off. And I'm like, holy shit. And I hear like girls, like it wasn't like a guy's room. It was like a
handicap room.
A handicap room, so it was like anyone could go. So I hear like a bunch of drunk chicks in the hall just being like, is this where the bathroom is? And I'm like covered in fucking toilet water. There's fucking butthole water everywhere. So I'm like, oh my God, I need to fucking clean this shit up. So I'm like cleaning. I'm soaking wet. I'm like they had towels in the other one, but there was no towels in this one. So I like just get a shit ton of toilet paper. I'm like drying my ass. I'm like trying to fucking look if there's like I thought I had like on my shorts, like just butthole water, like looking like I had like swamp ass type of thing. Thank God it did not. I come back to the thing and they're like, did you find it? I'm like, yeah, bro, I fucking found it all right, okay? I'll tell you what, massage is not what it says it to be. Who's getting butthole massages? First of all,
yeah.
Why is that the feature? My first question, smart toilet. Why is massage translate to squirt water in your butthole?
Right.
How is that massage?
Bidet.
I know what's coming.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Massage.
I'll bidet. I got no problem bidet.
Right.
You know what I mean? I got nothing. It's Happy Pride Month. You know what I'm saying? It's Pride Month,
You know what my favorite part of the story is?
What's
this
up?
is your high.
This is my high. Because I came back to the table and everyone was like, how was it? I was like, yo, you won't believe what just happened.
I just got fondled.
Yeah.
How'd it feel, though?
I'm telling you, that kid, I told you at the beginning of the story, it looked like this kid had come.
Did he?
I don't know.
He did not.
He did not. He was looking like he had a good time.
They say, yo, a well-placed thumb.
You know where the prostate is.
I actually don't.
Nah, I've never. I only see it in the movies.
Do you know, do you go forward or backward?
I don't know.
I feel like
I
you're a
bet that
doctor.
toilet
You
knows.
should fucking know.
I don't go inside.
Yeah, but you studied anatomy.
Yeah, but when it came to like the inside stuff, I was like, I'm Gucci. I took a class on
American education system, ladies and gentlemen.
Dude, I had a class one time where it was pelvic floor therapy, which is like a classically woman dominated field.
Right.
Like if I was a male physical therapist and I was like, I'm going to specialize in pelvic floor, we got some red flags on our hands. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we got enough with that haircut. We don't need that.
Exactly.
Right.
I already look like a fucking sociopath.
You look like you have a sex, a sex scandal coming out on your campaign
That's
trail
what I'm saying.
right now.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
That's
Especially
what
with
I'm
that. Did you combine the shirt?
Yeah.
Shit.
I thought I looked good tonight.
do
Apparently
look
I
good.
look like
No,
a pedo.
You do look good.
Yeah. Well, fuck
For
it.
a pedo.
I forgot what I was saying.
Something about buttholes. We were talking about pelvic floors.
Yeah. And I had a class where it was like, all right, like you got to, like if you want to adjust the coccyx bone, you like have to go in, like, and we literally practiced palpating each other's like coccyx bones. Where like we were going
the butt bone.
Yeah, but we were like going, and the woman was like, yeah, the woman who was giving the lecture is like a pelvic floor specialist.
Okay.
And she was like, sometimes you need to go into the asshole. Like, it calls for that. And for the record, I've been treating for about 8 months. People got low back pain and shit. I've never had to go inside someone's asshole to do anything. Never once.
This is in physical therapy school.
This is PT
They're saying
school.
you're going to need to go in the asshole.
Yeah.
I disagree.
There is absolutely...
That's
if
why
you're a
that
pelvic
lady
floor
a few
physical
weeks ago
therapist, you go
asked you-
into vaginas and you go into buttholes.
Bro, that's why that lady
And that's
a few
not
weeks
for me.
ago asked you to massage her hemorrhoid.
Yeah, but hemorrhoids, bro?
Fist that ass.
How does that translate?
What do you mean? It's your butthole.
Yes, but how does a... No.
I'm just saying, maybe she went to a physical therapist who was all about getting inside that ass, and
Well,
you were just
sounds
bitching
like
out.
she was paying extra for that, okay? Daddy's on a budget.
I was about to get weird. Somehow weirder than that.
So that was the high of my week.
That was a good high.
Yeah.
That was a good high.
My low of the week...
How high? Speaking of high, was it as high? Was your voice as high pitched as I would imagine it when the water hit your butthole?
I definitely
those?
shrieked.
Nice.
It was like one of those.
Nice.
Yeah, for sure.
Nice. All right, what's the low?
Low of the week
know
was the
the low.
Islanders.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
They get shut out that last game. Last two
They
games.
no, dude. The game 6 at the Nassau Coliseum was fucking insane because they lost game 5 8-0, which
Yeah,
is
they got
literally an unheard of score in the game of hockey. They got butt fucked.
Yeah.
They really did. Then they went down 2-0 in Game 6, and they had 10 consecutive goals scored against them. Battled back 2-1. Battled back 2-2, right? And it was at Nassau Coliseum, the last ever game played at Nassau Coliseum.
Oh, yeah.
People were going bananas, bro. People were going bananas. They go into OT. First minute of overtime, snaps a goal. People were going fucking insane. The quote from the guy who scored the goal was, we went into that period and the whole arena reeked of cigarettes, and then we left the period and it just smelled like beer. And people were launching beer cans on, like they were beer showering them.
That was
honestly,
when they won.
Fuck the goddamn... there was an announcer in that game who was like...
Yeah, he was like, I don't know why they would do that.
It was like, we're celebrating, you piece of shit. This is how we do on Long Island.
That's what I was saying.
We're throwing beers at our boys, you fuck.
Bro, that's what I was saying.
Bud Light.
Why was he being such a bitch about it?
He was being
like,
so soft.
That's dangerous.
He's like, I don't know why the fans here are being... And I was just like, bro, you missed it.
Also,
you missed it. We're celebrating,
he's
dog.
like, it's going to be dangerous. Dude, the fucking Islanders loved it.
They're probably grabbing the beers and chugging the beers.
They're hockey players.
Yeah.
Fuck off,
And everything's aluminum at the stadium. Like,
It's nothing gonna...
It's not like they're throwing glass bottles. That'd be ridiculous.
But then they went down in Game 7. They honestly got very outplayed. But the only goal that the Islanders goalie played lights out. They only let one goal against him, and it was a fucking shorthanded goal. Which, if you're not familiar, it's like when you get a penalty. So it was 5-on-4, and it was just like a mishap, and it just went like the goalie had no. It was just.
It just
got
sucks
caught
that it
off
was
guard.
1-0.
1-0.
That sucks, dude. Did I tell you that we were at for my mom's birthday last week? We were at a steakhouse, and all the Tampa Bay Lightning was at the restaurant. Yeah, we should have fucking.
Yeah, put some eye drops in
Oh
there.
no, they actually got beat the next day. That was the day before the Islanders beat them. So whatever, maybe somebody did some shit.
Let's go.
What's up?
Also,
Yeah, that sucks.
second low, I saw this article by the New Yorker, and it was just like the cover of the front page of the New York Magazine or whatever, and it just said FOMO is back, which is so real right now.
So real.
FOMO is so hardcore back. Like this weekend, I was by myself. Like Emily went to, where'd she go on Saturday?
Probably not that important.
She was not there Saturday night. I had the day. Oh, she went to Philly for the day, and I had the day to myself, and I was like, fuck yeah, full day to myself. I did a lot of things. I got a haircut. I did some self-care. I went to the gym. Like, I did all these, like, but compared to, like, what was happening on Instagram,
mistakes.
I was like, fuck. This looks so much not fun, what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I had a productive thing. I got a little bit ahead of the game. I feel like on top of my shit this week.
Right.
But I kind of want to be like you, where I'm just like, I hate myself.
Right. You want to be falling asleep at the wheel on a
I want to be
3-hour
like
drive home?
$1,000 in the hole, falling asleep at the wheel. Just like I had it was the high and low of my weekend.
Yeah. Listen, I mean, I wouldn't recommend it every
Summer
weekend.
plans right now are hot in the streets,
Dude, they're so hot. We're going to the Montauk at the end of the summer, though.
Is that locked in?
I was talking to Liz. I talked to Shannon.
I got a text her,
it's
yeah.
locked
All right,
in.
cool.
Yeah, we'll be there for a
Fuck
weekend.
yeah.
Well, it'll be a problem, but we're going.
Fuck yeah. I'm with it, yeah.
We're going. Are we? Never mind. I was gonna say, are we gonna get Dylan back on the fucking booze train for Montauk?
Dude, I've been heavy into non-alcoholic beer right now.
Are they sick?
Yeah, they're sick.
Slippery slope.
I
Dylan.
know, but
before you know it, you have 400 of them and you're a little tipsy.
I know. Dude, I had one that was 0.5%. I had two of them. I was feeling a little weird.
0.5%'s really strong for, I feel like, a non-alcoholic.
Dude, it
Because
was-
regular beer's 4 or 5%.
It was at Oceans. It was this beer. It was like a. So I had I'll give you a quick review.
Did you feel tipsy?
No.
Are you
I was
sure?
I was a little high. I had a pot gummy and like I was just
Cool.
Yeah. I was just feeling a little something. But okay, quick review. Heineken NA, non-alcoholic Heinekens.
Isn't it called Heineken Zero?
Whatever.
Heineken NA.
They're all called NA.
Hell, yeah. I mean,
Heineken Zero.
there you go.
Tastes just like a Heineken.
Yeah.
For
Heineken,
real.
dude.
But also,
Heinekens are
I
good.
hate Heineken.
Really?
Hate it.
Oh, I like Heineken.
I hate it. I never really liked Heinekens.
It used to taste like, I used to think it tasted like poop, but now I like it.
Sure.
I
Oh,
did.
okay.
I used to think it tasted like poop.
O'Doul's, dude.
Good.
I've been
bad?
drinking some O'Doul's. O'Doul's tastes like, you know when you go to a bar and you're just like, let me get the house Pinot, and it just tastes like Pinot?
Yeah.
O'Doul's is just a house beer.
You'll get like the Pilsner. Let me get the Pilsner.
It just tastes, and honestly, it's delicious. Like, it just tastes like, it just hits. It's like, you want a beer? It's a fucking beer.
I feel like it's just such a nerdy non-alcoholic beer. Like Heineken Zero is
Yeah.
like the cool guy.
Yeah.
And then
O'Doul's
O'Doul's is like the band nerd.
Yeah, for real.
He's just there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But it hits, honestly.
Nice.
And then at this place, Oceans, I forget what it was called, but it was fucking delicious.
Ooh.
I got to find
Yeah,
it.
you got to find it. You could have 12 of those and like get fucking a little tipsy, bro.
Yeah.
You had a number. You have a number of those. What? 5%. I mean, 0.5%.
You would
You
have
got
to.
5. You have 10 of those. That's at one beer. If you chug 10 of those, you would be so full.
If I had chugged 10 of them, I should just go back to drinking because I have a fucking problem anyway.
You're like, I need to feel something. Like, chill, man.
Yeah.
Oh, man. All right. So finally, this bitch, our girl spoke.
Yeah. Free Britney.
Dude, Britney spoke this week. Frankie, did you listen to it? So we're all on the same page. What is everybody's thoughts about what you heard out of her mouth? Do we believe everything she says, first and foremost? I agree. I believe every word out of her mouth.
Yeah.
Now, I have a question.
Shoot.
Out of everything she said, after everything she said, the whole time, all I'm thinking about is like, if there was somebody that behaved the exact same way as her but was not famous, they wouldn't be in a conservatorship for the most part. Like, there's plenty of crazy people or like bad moms or people who are mentally unstable who aren't like controlled by the government and their family. You know what I mean?
Well, she's not controlled by the government, is she?
Well, sort of. Like, the government and her family like control her estate, essentially. Like her father, and enforced by the government, I guess I would say.
Oh, okay. Because they're the ones who are
like throw the gavel down, be like, you can't speak about this shit. So like, I just don't get how it even got to this point. I don't get how a conservatorship is a thing in the first place, especially after hearing all the shit that went down. Like,
I've never heard of a conservatorship besides Britney Spears.
I don't think a lot of people have.
It's for like old people that are like can't take care of themselves anymore.
Right.
Like, stuff like that.
Or isn't it
Usually.
also for people who are like pose danger to people in a way?
But usually that's like an older person or like
Right, somebody who's
someone doesn't know
completely
who they
senile.
are.
Like my dad was in charge of my grandpa at the end because he kept breaking out of the nursing home and he also punched one of the workers in the face.
Right, makes sense.
Yeah.
Conservatorship.
Conservatorship.
He needs the control. He can't kind of
He's Alzheimer's as fuck right now.
right. He's got some stuff going on.
Yeah.
And it's irreversible.
Right.
Britney ain't there yet.
She's
Like,
putting on world-class shows in
she's making-
Vegas.
she's worth hundreds of-
choreographing the whole damn thing.
And
this
it's-
girl's with it. She's Kanye West, bro.
Yeah.
She's tiptoeing on that line of crazy
she's-
and genius.
But she is.
she's
but
a little bit crazy.
No, but yeah, sure, she's crazy. But I would say Kanye's way crazier
she's
than her.
also like she's been naive. Like she's been like since a kid, like she's been like a pop star, you know. Like Kanye
Right,
at least
right.
had like, you know,
He grew
20
up
years, you know.
ish, yeah. And he grew up like on the streets low key in Chicago and like grew up.
Right.
She was like
She was
like
born
a-
into
she's
it.
kind of
groomed into it.
Yeah,
Right.
she's kind of like a doorknob. Like
Right.
she's kind of an idiot.
But she's really intelligent though.
I was like, doorknob?
No, but
Oh.
Britney Spears, we watched that original Free Britney thing, and it went into how intelligent she was. Like, she was a hard-ass worker. Yeah, she's naive, I would say. I wouldn't say she's stupid. I would say she's
she's
like-
a genius in 5 things.
I would say, yeah,
Singing,
more of a savant type of a thing.
dancing, like anything in the performance realm, she's a genius. Everything outside of that, maybe not so much.
Right, and then I would also even add to that, her intentions seem like good. Like, you look at somebody like Lindsay Lohan, I would throw her in there. Think about Lindsay Lohan. That bitch is off her rocker,
Right.
out of her mind, drug addict, nightmare. Is she in a conservatorship? Or is she just like in a rehab indefinitely?
Yeah.
You know
Charlie
what I mean?
Sheen. No
Charlie
one-
Sheen's just still fucking hookers probably somewhere.
He's-
I would put all of my money on it.
Yeah. That
Like-
dude's just winning.
Yeah,
Britney's in a
he's fucking
conservatorship,
warlock.
and Charlie Sheen's winning.
That's what I'm saying. So like, it's just because it's so obvious.
He does
Also,
he does have AIDS.
he does have
Right.
AIDS. Correct.
He's still winning though.
yeah, he's still winning. He's got
Magic
enough
Johnson
money.
has AIDS. He's winning as fuck.
I think he's still HIV. Magic
No,
Johnson.
he definitely has full blown AIDS.
I think it's HIV.
I'm gonna bet all my money that it's AIDS.
Does Magic Johnson have AIDS? I thought it was. I think I researched this before.
How about the guy named Magic Johnson?
No,
having AIDS?
HIV.
But
HIV.
He's like one of those cases that he never went to.
Yeah, he never. That's he has HIV, the virus that causes AIDS. He does not have AIDS. Okay, so what up?
What up?
Win.
My bad.
No, it's cool.
I owe
But
you
yeah,
all my
no.
money.
Charlie Sheen has AIDS. I don't know how we're still on the AIDS thing. No, but wait. So it's just like it's so obvious that her family is
Her dad seems like a real piece of shit.
clearly a piece of shit, and like her whole family clearly. Even like I even read up on some of like Jamie Lynn Spears spoke recently. Because she never spoke out when, like, the hashtag Free Britney thing came out. She never spoke. Because, like, the whole family was kind of, like, mooching, it felt like, off her.
Oh.
But, like, it just seems so obvious that nobody in the family wants the conservatorship to end because then, like, their free ride ends. Like, Britney Spears is paying for the lifestyle of her dad.
Yeah.
I don't know about her sister, maybe not her sister, but I think her brother, like, all of her employees. Like, if you can do that.
Wasn't in that, yeah, if you can control, yeah.
If you can, like, dude, I personally am completely sane and free to run amok, and I certainly can't feed hundreds of people with my income. I am not capable of that. I'd love to be, but I'm not. This girl is a world-class performer, and
Yeah,
she's
can't you
sick
just
at
have
it.
like a business manager?
Right?
Can't you just have a business manager who's just like, you should do this and that?
Well, I think that's how it started with
Do we
her
need
father. She trusted her father to do that for her. And it went sour once her mother passed away, I guess, right?
Bro, this
But-
world is crazy.
It's completely insane.
She did burn down her gym and those Instagram videos during quarantine when she was like, but maybe that was her cry for help.
I would say
She
maybe.
did seem fucking crazy.
Dude,
but-
she's been locked in her home for 13 years, bro.
Right.
You hear what she said? She was saying how she has to sit at a desk for 10 hours a day, 7 days a week, as part of her, like, she has to do it, like, contractually.
No, I didn't see that.
I listened to the whole 20-minute
Right.
thing.
I haven't
She
listened
was
to bits
talking
and
about, like,
pieces.
I think for 3 years she had to sit at a desk for 10 hours a day.
Why?
I don't remember why, but it was a thing. And she was like, do you know what that is? She goes, it's not fucking fun. She goes, it's terrible. She cursed a bunch during it, too. She was like pissed, dude. She's obviously pissed.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I'll say this, though. She is dumb for not thinking she could petition to end this whole thing. Like she said, she's like, oh, I didn't know that I could petition to end it. I was like,
Well,
you
dude, I
should've
mean,
tried.
imagine the control level that the people are like manipulating her and shit. It reminded me of, do you remember in the Black Mirror episode where Miley Cyrus was in it? When America took over Black Mirror and ruined it?
Yes, I do. I never saw the Miley one, though.
The Miley one, it was like she was a pop star and she basically was like they were like drugging her and like trying to keep her, like it was what it was about. It was like her managers and I think it was her fucking like older cousin was like her manager and was like in charge of her like image and the music she did and creative and like all this shit. And she would like, they would drug her and like Miley Cyrus was like, yeah, this is kind of like what that industry's like. Where it's like you're the pop star and like K-pop apparently is like that too.
Really?
Where it's like, yeah,
They're
I know
super famous right now.
Yeah, K-pop stars, yeah. I know one of our friends was friends with someone who was a pop star in China or some shit. And he used to tell us stories that the girl would like was not okay mentally because she was like this huge pop star and like her entire life was controlled by like the management and the fucking label.
It's
and
the Robin Sparkles shit, bro.
Yeah.
I mean,
So Britney Spears is like the highest level of that.
Exactly. And it's just like, so every fucking pop star like breaks down. You know what I mean? Like J-Lo's fucking insane. You know what I mean? Like they're all crazy. Like you would be if you were going through that much stress and like working that much and doing that. You would be.
Yeah.
You would of course be crazy. So it's just weird to me that like Britney Spears is, for some reason, it's okay that this shit's going on with her.
Shout out to the people who originally broke the story.
For real. Those like bloggers.
Those two blog chicks that just started a thing and
The
just started
podcast,
analyzing the shit out of like every word of her, and they were like, the rose means this and the fucking this means that. And
I want to hear Britney Spears talk about like if that shit actually was like true or if those people were just trying to find it. Like, do you think Britney Spears was like writing "Save Me" in her eyebrows?
well,
like,
there was one where it was like
yellow
wear
shirt.
yellow shirt next time, and she like wore a yellow shirt.
Oh yeah, that one was pretty. I just got chills a little bit. That one was pretty nuts. But I wonder if it was happenstance, or I would love to hear her directly speak about that. That'd be cool to fucking hear.
All right, so let's say this:
Yeah.
she gets completely off conservatorship, because at this point, it's like if they keep that locked down,
How could they not?
I think we need to all as Americans come behind. You know, we're all really looking. Everyone says it's going to be the coming of aliens that unites us all, but what if it's the Free Britney movement?
I mean, who says it's not bold?
So we storm the Capitol again, but all Trump people and liberal people all come together to free Britney because we could all get behind it.
Now that's bipartisanship.
You know what I'm saying?
How you doing?
So we storm the Capitol. We go into Nancy Pelosi and we say, you let this bitch free or we'll fuck you up.
Yo, isn't Nancy Pelosi like under fire right now? I saw her headline.
Yeah,
her
because she won't free Britney. So we backslap her. And we're like, listen, bitch, I said free her.
Free that bitch.
They free her. And Britney starts making music again, like without any sort of direction or anything. What if it's some of the most psychotic shit you've ever heard?
Like psychotic, like shit.
Snake.
Yo, we gotta lock this girl back up.
Like she's just making like Slytherin noises. Like,
hey,
let her do it.
Let her do it. It's called art.
Right.
All right?
Right.
People have
Anything
done dumber shit.
I would pay.
There's an Italian artist, sculptist, that like 3 or 4 weeks ago sold a sculpture for $18,000 that was called like the imaginary sculpture or some shit.
Oh, it was
and
nothing.
it was nothing. If you can do that, you can slither snake fucking sounds over a fucking bass line as much as you want and make an album. Like, fine.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Nancy Pelosi.
Yeah. Like Nancy fucking Pelosi. Lizard ass bitch. One thing though I'm curious about your opinion on with the Britney thing. Did you hear about the IUD?
She called it an ID, which
I know like 15 times.
Yeah.
But like she's pretty, you know?
Right. It's inside your body though.
Right.
Right.
So they put that in there. They put an IUD, like birth control, in there so that she couldn't reproduce.
Yeah.
Because apparently she's unfit to do so. What do you think about that? I'm curious. Because, listen, Britney, I hear you. Like, you don't really have custody of your 2 kids right now.
Does she not?
She has 30% custody. Kevin Federline has 70. That should tell you just a bit. But
70% is such a weird split for custody, I feel.
I know. How do you do that? 4 days to 3 or some shit like that? Maybe.
I don't know.
Whatever it is. But I don't know if she should be having kids at age 40, like 8 or however old she is. Maybe not, probably. But also, it didn't work out the first time. I get why you want to do it.
You know what I mean?
Right, but like if you are meant, like she's clearly got something going on.
Can we get her off the
recommend against the kids, but like I wouldn't force a birth control up her box.
Right.
I would let that one come out.
Yeah.
If she asks for it to come out,
For sure.
you know.
I would let her live her life, but if I was there and she was asking for, if I was her sage counsel, first thing post conservatorship, I'm probably being like, don't have a baby, but maybe her and that boyfriend of hers have been wanting to have a kid for a long time.
That's where having good parents comes in. Like, I was reading something that this whole thing with Britney and the IUD has like sparked a lot of important conversations around like disabled, mentally inhibited people reproducing and having kids. And this is a topic I've never ever thought about in my whole life. What's up? What do you just point blank? Like, what are your thoughts? Like, I'm thinking like,
I don't know what the circumstances are.
Right, but I'm saying in general, like, I don't know. Say like, if you had like Down syndrome.
Okay.
Dude, are there Down syndrome people that have children? Like, is that a regular thing? I feel like it has to be, or it's zero. It's either never happening or it's happening like all the time. Like, do you know? Like, do we know? Is that a?
I'm sure we could Google it and find out how it's going. I mean, people with Down syndrome are super nice, so they'd probably be great parents.
Right. I'm sure.
They might need help financially.
Oh my god! No, you're right. No, that's what I'm saying.
But maybe I'm wrong.
What I'm saying.
Maybe they're.
That's what I'm saying.
Rich.
Also,
I don't know.
That's what I'm.
I don't know.
Exactly my point.
I'm ignorant about this.
Obviously, Britney Spears and somebody like that has a genuine like, is an extra chromosome or one less chromosome, whatever, is a different scenario.
Right.
But a mental illness is mental or mental disability is mental disability.
Listen, you wanted to spark a conversation about this. We sparked it.
Right. We're sparking.
It's stupid, right?
It's not that stupid. It's a genuine conversation.
It is a genuine
because like there's a spectrum on everything.
Right.
So like Britney.
No pun intended.
For real though, there's a spectrum. So like Britney, like 8 years ago, maybe before she was like 50, I'd be like, sure, girl, have kids, like whatever. Now I'm like, I don't know. It seems like maybe not now, but but then you get down the line and you get further and further along that spectrum, and it becomes less and less, less and less attractive.
I just find it super.
To say, yeah, have kids.
It's hard for me to comment an opinion on, like, if someone should have kids or not. Like, it's a free country. If you want to have fucking kids, go ahead and reproduce. You know what I mean?
Right. I
so
agree.
long as my tax dollars aren't paying for it, I don't know where I'm going to go
Right,
there.
See, there's I guess there's a lot to that.
Like how much of my tax dollars would go to that specific issue? Maybe 1%. If it's 1%, fuck it. Let them have kids.
It's 1%. If it's more than one, though.
There's no way it's more than one.
If it's more than one, I'm out. I'll be honest. I'm out. 2%'s a lot. 2%'s a lot. No, I'm just being a dick. But but I don't know. It's just I never thought about something like that. I was curious. I was curious to hear what you had to think about it.
Right.
But yeah,
more to come there.
More to come. Very excited. Very excited. To
I'll
hear.
tell you what.
I wonder what the judges.
The post-conservatorship baby will be the Princess Diana of America.
The post. Do you think?
Yes.
Dude,
I would praise that baby.
Dude, Britney's gonna be so. Yeah, it will be, but you'll never see the baby though. Like that, Britney will be out of the limelight. Once
But if she's
like free,
maybe if she's doing her thing, she's back. I mean, it can go a lot of ways, bro.
True, she did say she wants to tour. She wants to like do her thing like on her own terms.
She goes to MSG. She brings the baby on stage. She Lion Kings that motherfucker. We praise it. We make it president.
They immediately take it away because she held it like 35 feet in the air. They're like, "You're not fit to have this baby," and they like tackle her to the ground, and lock her up again. We don't need that.
We don't need that.
Don't Michael Jackson the baby.
You can Michael Jackson a 1-year-old though on a stage. I'm not saying I'm not saying like do a Britney stunt where one of her shows where she's
small,
like hanging upside down from like some drapes and shit and doing a stunt, and then all of a sudden the baby comes out and she's like, "Look at this conservatorship Princess Diana baby." I'm not saying that. I'm saying if she finishes the show and then is like the show's over and they're like encore, and then she comes out and is like, "Vas a vender la visible," and then the baby comes out.
That's actually kind of good. I would say, don't put
I
the
would
baby
say
on
make that baby president of the United States.
Yeah, don't put the baby on a harness is what you're saying.
I would say don't put the baby on a harness.
Swing it across the right. I would agree.
And as long as my tax dollars don't pay for that concert, I'm okay with it.
You're good.
Yeah.
And it won't because Britney's rich.
She's rich as fuck.
Rich as fuck, baby. Oh, yeah. All right, cool. Glad we talked that out, bro.
As long as we're on the same page.
Glad we talked that out.
Yeah.
Now, did you hear about NC State baseball, bro?
Yes.
Okay. Did you...
Bullshit.
Did you see Prez's emergency press conference about it?
No.
So he did an emergency press conference, but like, this makes me sad, dude.
Yeah, it makes me so sad.
Like, think about like athletics.
They're having like a magical run too, just to set the scene for people who don't know.
Yeah. So I'll set the scene real quick. So NC State was having like this dream season.
Yeah.
Like, they had this
I just got chills when you said dream.
They are having a dream season. Like, they have this unbelievable team. They started off real rough, and they came back and are like made a run for the playoffs, and they were tearing through Omaha, which is like the College World Series. And they were one win away from going to the championship. So Omaha championship, College World Series championship. And so it's 2 games to go. I think 2 games to go, right? So they had 1 win. It was whatever. It was
I think they won the first game.
They won the first game. And then
it's a 3-game series?
I think it's a 3-game series. So before the second game, one of the kids had like came up down with a bug, ended up being COVID. 4 kids tested positive for COVID that day. So like a bunch of the kids on the team were vaccinated. So those 4 kids, everybody tested negative. Those 4 kids tested positive. And those kids, they had an option to either forfeit or play with 13 kids. And they were like, fuck it, we'll play with 13. They ended up losing like 2-1 or 3-1 or something like that. But they had 1 more game. So these kids were in lockdown. And they were testing them every day to see whatever. They ended up testing the entire team, even the vaccinated kids. Everybody on the team tested negative except for 4 vaccinated kids. So it was 8 total kids, and they deemed them ineligible to play. Made them forfeit the tournament, and then Vanderbilt just walked into the championship. And the problem is you should have never fucking tested the vaccinated kids. Ever.
Oh, interesting.
I think you should have never tested those You put them in, of course, bro, of course. Like, of course someone's going to get it. There's 60,000 people in that fucking stadium. No masks, sitting next to each other, chugging beers with each other, having a fucking blast, spitting in each other's fucking faces. You don't think half of them got fucking COVID? You don't think, like, what is the point? Who are you protecting?
Well, yeah, I think it's just...
You know what I mean? Like, who are you protecting?
I think you could have tested them, but it's just like, yo, they're 18-year-old dudes.
Exactly.
So, like, if they want to... And, like, a lot of these cases of COVID have come up, like, Make the game a bubble game. Don't let anyone into the
Right,
game.
dude.
Let the kids play.
There were welcome parties. There were like when the kids came to Omaha, the league, like NCAA, they threw parties for them. So there were parties and shit, and they were like mingling. Like, of course, someone's bound to get COVID. Like, don't make it this thing like this. And it's like that guy, who was the golfer a couple weeks ago, who had to, for like the second time, had to drop out for testing positive for COVID. He was like one hole away from winning the tour.
I have no clue.
Forget his fucking name. He just won last week. He ended up winning, but the tour before, he forfeited in like the last hole.
They walk out onto the field and they're like, "You tested positive. You gotta get off the field." He's like, "Last hole."
He was
like,
6 strokes up.
What?
He was 6 strokes up, and he had to forfeit. Like, that's what I'm talking about. Like, you're ripping like dreams away from
fell
people.
on the floor like crying.
Yeah, he was.
How did I not hear about that?
I think we talked. I thought we talked about
A
it.
few weeks ago.
It was a few weeks ago now, but he ended up winning last week.
I mean, with all these new strains and everything happening, and COVID's not going anywhere.
But also, what's the mortality right now?
Well,
Bottomed out.
yeah.
Like straight up bottomed the fuck out.
Well, the
Like,
vaccine, dude, I'm pretty sure it's like, if you get a vaccine, it's like almost impossible to die from COVID.
Right.
Which is like really all we're trying to do is
Right.
because people were dying. People aren't dying like that anymore. So it's like live and let live a little bit.
Right. And the mask mandates are gone. The fucking, they were not required because they're in college. They weren't required to get vaccinated. But even if you're not vaccinated, if you're 18 to 20-year-old kid, which is what these kids are, the mortality rate is like less than 1%, which is less than that of the flu.
Yeah.
So if one of those kids had the flu, if 4 of them came down with the flu, are you going to make them fucking forfeit?
Michael Jordan won an NBA Finals playing the flu game. It was
Right.
it was a famous thing.
Right. It
The
ended
flu
up being
game.
food poisoning after this fucking documentary came out. But at the time, it was
Right.
the flu game.
Well, I used to
thought he
play
had the
sick.
flu. Yeah, I play sick all the time.
You used
'Cause
to
we're
go to the
adult men.
office with sniffles because we all just go to the office sick.
What's that? You're
if
a
I was,
fucking man.
Yeah.
You're a man.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I used to be like, Mom, I'm sick, and she'd be like, fuck off, go to school.
Right.
And now we just go and infect everyone.
Right, exactly.
Now we care?
And now it's COVID. Now because it's COVID, it's this thing like we're going to die. No, you're fucking not. You're still a healthy young man. You're not going to fucking die. What's up, kid?
Listen, I don't want the stream to go down or anything, but the Delta variant, get the fuck
No,
out of
that's
here.
the
You're
variant?
keeping us all down.
That's what I'm saying. What? Oh, because you got the Indian fucking strain of some bullshit?
Is that the Indian strain?
I think that's the Indian strain.
All I know is no one else is dying.
That's what I'm saying. It's contagious. It don't matter. If nobody's dying, then who cares?
Yeah.
Like if you get a
That's
cold,
what I'm saying. COVID is not going anywhere.
right? But it's
So
weakened
at
at this point.
It's weakened, and also the vaccine, I'm pretty sure, defends against it. So unless it's to the point where hospitals are literally being overrun with people who are dying left and right, you got to just let it keep going because COVID is not. It's a new disease now.
Right.
It's a new fucking disease.
It's the common cold. It's the flu. The
Yeah.
COVID's here.
It's
what it
not
is.
like the what are those like the measles?
Like
we
polio,
did a
the
rat.
measles.
Yeah, polio.
Different
Great
shit.
example.
Right.
We got rid of that one
Right.
somehow. I don't fucking know how,
Yeah,
but we
man.
got rid of it.
Beat that shit.
COVID, it's like the flu.
Right.
There's
It's
going
a
to be
different-
seasons. There's going to be more COVID.
Right.
It's not
we have
going
a new
anywhere.
sickness now,
Yeah.
but we're good. It's gonna be okay.
Yeah.
But like you can't. What are we gonna lock down for the rest of our fucking lives? Like at the end of the day, there are things in this world that could kill certain people. It happens. It's awful.
Yeah.
But like these kids are. So you got vaccinated kids on the team. I think they said like most of the team was vaccinated, but some kids chose not to get vaccinated because they didn't want to like miss time in the tournament for side effects and shit. Cool, fine. So you got vaccinated kids and kids who made a conscious decision not to get vaccinated. So it sounds to me like those kids who made a decision not to get vaccinated are not afraid of getting this disease. Would that be a safe assumption?
Yeah.
Okay. So who are we protecting?
Yeah, I don't know.
You're protecting is the NCAA protecting their ass? Well, the NCAA is a fucking shitty organization anyway.
Yeah.
So like, what are we doing here, man?
Dude, there was mad protests in London because they tried to
saw
lock
that.
down again for 4 weeks.
I saw
London's
that shit.
trying to lock them down.
Dude,
London.
people are mad here. London is fucking crazy right now.
Yeah.
How are they having another lockdown? Figure it out, guys.
4 week locked. Yeah, but did you see the protest for it was like
Oh, I know. It was
people
insanity.
lining the streets with shit.
Yeah. It was absolutely insanity.
I don't think you could lock down here again.
Good fucking luck.
You
Fat
couldn't-
chance, dude.
You
No
couldn't.
way.
My question in London is I have no fucking clue about this. Because for the record, next Wednesday I took off work for the COVID's Over parade that de Blasio's throwing in New York City.
That seems like a weird parade to throw, though. Apparently it's not fucking over.
I took off work.
You're such a tool.
Don't take it away from me.
You would take off work for that stupid parade. That parade's gonna suck.
Dude, I have a feeling, yo. I've been telling people, I'm like, yo, COVID parade. Fuck yeah, COVID's over parade. We're gonna have a sick time. And as the time is, dude, I've been Googling it, right? Because it says like essential worker. It's an essential worker parade. When the pandemic originally happened, de Blasio was like, yo, when this is all over, like we're gonna have a huge parade celebrating it ending. So like 3 weeks ago, he announced it July 7th. We're going to have this huge fucking parade, like celebrating essential workers. I was like, yo, we're doing this shit. COVID's over. We're fucking partying. It's going to be a sick time. I keep Googling because I'm like, I'm trying to be on a float. I was a big time player in this shit. I want to be on a float getting weird,
You're not
shirtless.
getting on a fucking float.
Listen.
I'm getting on a fucking float?
No, because I've been Googling shit. And there's literally zero information on the internet about this parade besides all of the news outlets covering that it's happening. Like I've been trying to find like some information.
There's no COVIDisover.com?
There is no COVIDisover.com. There's no COVIDoverparade.com. There is none of that. So as we're getting closer to July 7th, I'm flashing back to, you remember that video where de Blasio was like, the culture in New York City, we need to bring it back alive. And it was like that weird block party thing with like
11 people.
With 11 people at it. I'm like, fuck, did I take off work? I'm going to go down to this parade. It's going to be like me, de Blasio, his wife, and like 7 other people.
And like a fucking Shake Shack burger that he's going to eat in front of everybody. Yeah, that's what you took off work for, bro. That's exactly what you took off work
It's going to be litty titty. I'm going to get weird, okay?
It's going to suck.
It's going to suck. It's going to suck, dude.
Dude, de Blasio's like a tool. Like, it's not going to be
I got
cool.
so excited for a minute, and then I'm like,
You just want to take off work. That's cool, bro.
I did, yeah. It's going to be a nice long weekend. It's 4th of July Monday, so I got the extra day. So I'm like, it's nice.
Right.
Regardless. If the parade sucks, I'll just go home.
You'll go to the beach or something.
Yeah.
Have a day.
But I do want to go on a float.
Right.
I was telling people that I was going to be in a banana hammock mask situation.
You should.
Where I'm
like you mask it into a thong
yeah,
or something?
like a mask thong.
Okay.
But it seems a
interesting.
little bit touchy with the Delta variant out there. I was telling one of my patients about it. He's like, seems a little counterintuitive to what's going on right now. And I'm
Knock on wood, but I'm pretty sure the Delta variant and New York have not had an issue yet. I'm pretty sure New York has steered pretty clear of the Delta variant. Last I read about it, there was not a case in New York. I could be wrong.
I have no idea.
I also don't really... Real quick on the Delta variant.
Is lockdown coming again? Is that what people are talking about? I haven't heard
No,
shite
I haven't
about the
heard
Delta
that.
variant.
I haven't heard that.
Besides the London shit.
You know why I haven't heard anything about a lockdown?
Because you've been in Montauk getting blacked out.
Because I've been walking into a packed out bar for fucking 6 days in a row, drinking myself into a full blown meltdown. Okay, there was no sight of fucking. There was not a mask in fucking sight in all of Montauk. Not
Now,
one mask.
Would it be
Ubers, no mask.
Would it be crazy to say that everyone that is talking about the Delta variant was told to talk about the Delta variant from the people who make the vaccine?
Well,
Hold on, let's say that.
wait. Put on your straw hat or your whatever hat.
We just went off YouTube numbs.
No, but
They have a
didn't
censor
say
for Frankie's voice. They
Didn't
always
they-
listen more intently when Frankie speaks.
Yeah, don't you? You can hear the ringing in the headphones.
You can hear them listening to Frankie. You know?
Didn't they say that the Delta variant, the vaccine doesn't protect against the Delta variant?
No, it does.
Oh, it does. Then what the fuck are we fucking? Then who cares?
So they want you to get.
They want you to think there's some more contagious thing. Yeah, I refuse to believe, and I'm not a scientist, so I'm definitely wrong. I'm wrong as fuck right now. I'll say it. But my belief, what I believe, is that there's no fucking way there's just some strain that's just so much more contagious that we actually have to worry about. It's the same fucking virus.
Well, it's the one from India.
The risk was the same. Cool, whatever. The risk was the fucking same the risk has been the same the whole fucking time. Is that a crazy thing? To think that the risk has been the same the whole fucking time?
I'm with you, bro.
Okay.
I'm going to a COVID's Over parade next week.
Do you see my fucking eyes right now?
You should come to the parade, dude. Celebrate.
This is fucking crazy, guys.
I'm going to go as the Delta variant.
What are you going to wear, like a stewardess outfit?
Yeah.
Delta stewardess?
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
With no pants?
With a Delta top with a mask on my with my mask on my balls.
That's fucking a great Halloween costume.
Yeah.
Book it.
Yeah.
Delta variant.
How to get canceled 101.
No, how to look sexy on Halloween.
101.
101. Frankie, our video's off. Oh, there we go.
The oh my god, I just got a glimpse of my haircut again. I look like a fucking local real estate guy.
Let me backtrack on the haircut. You look good, but you
thanks.
look white.
Yeah.
You look good. You never don't look white. It's not like this randomly happened.
Yeah, but my long hair, I don't look as
hipster douche.
I look like a hipster douche with this haircut. I
No,
feel like if anything, my longer hair, I look like a hipster douche.
Yeah, I thought you were throwing it back to.
I'd rather be a hipster white douche than a white politician, like local politician.
Right.
You know what
Dylan
I mean?
really hates Republicans, man. He doesn't even like having a haircut like him.
This is a Republican haircut? That's what it is. That's what it is.
Is that what it is?
I don't know.
It's in the back of your head.
I look like Matt Gaetz.
The only reason
I hate Matt Gaetz.
The only reason I'm thinking of Republican, I'm thinking of Schmidt from New Girl. It's like a similar.
It
quaff.
is. Yeah.
Similar quaff. Which he's a handsome man. Why are you bitching?
It's true.
It's true. You look good.
The yeah, man. I don't know with the Delta variant and the lockdowns and. It's really. I had a patient. There was a patient that came in that was talking about the Delta variant, and you know the vaccine's supposed to.
Right, so the vaccine's
There's
supposed to
be variants forever.
The vaccine's literally forever. The vaccine's supposed to protect you against Delta variant and every other fucking strain. They also came out and said if you had the virus, it's equivalent to getting the vaccine. So, and they say the antibodies last 12 months or 18 months or something like that.
Did you see that?
Then what are we doing?
Did you see that the CDC added heart inflammation as a side effect of the vaccine?
Yes, I did. I did see that.
Took them long enough there.
Took them long enough. Yeah, that's exactly why I waited.
It really is. The more time that goes by, it really is. Like I really just injected that thing into my arm. I
didn't even think about it.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
I was like first up.
And not to scare you at all. But you didn't
I'm
have a
chilling
choice.
now.
You didn't have a choice, right? Your job you had to, didn't you?
No, there's still people that didn't get it.
Oh, okay. But
yeah, but I'm still kind of with it. Like I don't think I'm gonna get Bill Gates or something.
No, you're not gonna get mind controlled.
Yeah.
That's not a risk, Frankie. Chill. But I saw a commercial today because my dad put a TV in our lunchroom, which was a huge mistake. And usually Friends is on, but I went into the lunchroom. My grandma was in there and one other person, and the fucking news was on. It was like a scene, dude. Like Fox is playing, and the commercials are all like, if you or a loved one were near the World Trade Center on 9/11, like they're still running. Yeah. They're still runing those things. Like you could win a ton of money or whatever the fuck.
Win a
so
ton of money.
We're like, you know what I fucking mean. My vocab is shot, dude. My brain cells are fucking crawling through my head right now. But
you're doing great.
Thanks, baby. But I'm just thinking, there's going to be something about the vaccine. We'll probably be fine, but I'm sure there's going to be something in 10 years.
Yeah.
It'd be stupid to think that nothing will ever happen.
Well, there were cases of, one guy got the vaccine at the Javits Center and then, dropped dead 3 hours later.
Right.
Literally.
Right. It could be.
They said kids, right?
Ironic.
Like male, young, kids that are 12 to 15, they get some sort of heart thing.
I think it's that's what I was talking. I don't know if it's the kids thing, but I know they just listed heart inflammation as and it was, I think, now that I remember, it was happening with kids.
So I think that the people's annoyance with it is just that all you see is commercials saying it's safe. And it's yeah, sure, it's mostly safe, but it's just dumb to say stupid shit.
I got a question.
Go for it.
When is this going to be over?
I know, I'm done talking
because I'm going to a parade next week that I thought it was going to be over.
It's called the COVID is Over Parade.
It's not literally, but that's what I'm calling it.
Oh, it's not the actual name?
It's called the Essential Worker.
But it's it sounds like the douche parade.
Listen, don't insult me, okay? I'm a hero. Fishing. There was literally fireworks in New York City a week or two ago that it was COVID is Over fireworks.
How could you possibly put those? I think you should be shooting those fireworks off. COVID's over in my fucking mind. I'm sprinting into bars. Yeah. Sprinting. Dead sprint. So I'm with that. But how could you do that and then On the other, like 3 states over in fucking Omaha, you have kids ripped off the field and their dreams are shattered, and now they can't fucking. They're gonna be on their deathbed. And they're gonna fucking all they're gonna be thinking about is I could have been in the college fucking World Series, but I wasn't, and it was fucking Biden's fault or some shit. Or like whoever's fucking fault it was. Like that's all they're gonna think. They're gonna probably be in fucking have Alzheimer's age like 42 because they're gonna go completely senile because they just can't deal with it. Dylan's still talking about fucking Little League games. Nobody can deal with sports fucking memories. It's fucking emotional shit. You know?
Yeah.
I just went on a little tear there, but I'm very upset about this whole thing.
Hey man, we all lost games when we were 12. I can't imagine losing on a higher level. You know?
How many times have you cried losing a baseball game?
A bunch.
A bunch.
A bunch.
A bunch.
It's no good.
These poor kids, dude.
We got to get to the next one.
Yeah, I know.
You want to do this week on Earth?
Yeah, let's break it up
Change
a
it up a
little
little
bit.
bit?
I have a fun little question for
Shoot.
you. It's my This Week on Earth, but it's not a typical This Week on Earth.
Right.
So the question is, oh no, those are my therapy notes. So
He's got some work to do this week.
So, what is 2 questions, both regarding potatoes?
Okay.
What is your favorite fast food French fry? Mm-hmm. Go.
Checkers.
You're a seasoned fry guy, aren't you?
Yeah.
You sloppy bitch. Love it. Love
Yeah.
it.
I love Checkers.
I'm a Five Guys guy.
Okay.
But that's
they're
on the
too
fence
greasy
for fast
me.
food. Oh, I love the grease.
No, too greasy.
Oh,
I like, and they're like soggy.
I suck it out of the bag.
Do you like
Yeah, but-
soggy French fries?
No, but they're slightly crispy, slightly soggy.
They're
I like
mostly
that combo.
soggy, very oily, terrible choice.
You're an idiot, but that's cool. Now, Frankie, what about you? Favorite fast food French fry? I'm gonna say it's probably McDonald's because you order
You
it
do.
every
It's actually
episode.
Wendy's. Wendy's. is
Ooh,
better.
good.
Ooh,
I like Wendy's
Wendy's
too.
is good fries.
My second question.
Right.
Way more thought goes into this. There's so many options. Your favorite style of potato. Your favorite way to eat a potato. Well, let's go through the options real quick because you think it's easy. No, it's not. There's
Okay.
the baked potato. Nowhere near the top of the list.
No.
There's the double baked potato. Way closer to the top of the list. Slutty list. There's waffle fries.
Oh.
There's mashed potatoes. There's tater tots.
Oh.
There's garlic mashed. There's so many options. There's potato croquettes. You see the dilemma.
Wow.
Where you at, big dog? Get
Baked
it.
potato out.
Yeah, not even, unless you load it and it's still out.
Yeah, it's still out. I just had some sweet potato French fry. No, sweet potato waffle fries from a bar called. Oh fuck, I can't remember the name, but a bar in my neighborhood, and they were fucking delicious.
Ooh.
Sweet potato waffle fries.
Have you ever had sweet potato tots?
No. I think it's a tie between literally, I'm not going to pick French fries, it's boring as fuck. It's a tie between sweet potato waffle fries and tater tots.
What about a hash brown?
Ooh.
Dude, you throw a hash brown on a bacon, egg, and cheese,
You
life
know,
changes.
I got to be honest, it doesn't register in my brain that a hash brown is potato.
Agreed. That's why it's fucking sick.
How my question, after your 2 questions, third question, where the fuck did this come from?
I can tell you exactly where it came from. I was talking to Fazio, and she randomly asked me. She just happened to ask me. She goes, oh, no, she told me. She goes, yo, Joe, I got a great first date question for you. And she tossed over
Nice.
favorite style of potato.
That is
And we talked about it for an hour.
yeah.
Me and her
That's-
went
that's
back
a,
and forth.
That's a lot of combo.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
What was yours?
I originally was like between a hash brown. I also said, I think I like a double baked potato, bro. I love a double baked potato.
I don't know if I've had double baked potato.
Oh, dude, it's a fucking. You cut the. Oh, dude. You bake the potato, and you cut it in half. You scoop it out. You bake the bottom shell, like, because it gets a little crispy. Then you mash them with, like, some sour cream and, like, scallions and shit, and you put it back in, and you bake it again. So it gets, like, a crunchy skin on the top. And the whole thing, it's sick.
That's dope, but yeah, I can't. That's too much for me.
Oh.
That's way too
Double baked
much
potato
time.
is excellent. Yeah, I mean, you're not going to ever make it yourself.
Yeah.
Let's be real.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, we're at a bar here.
Right.
They got all the potato options.
Right.
Right.
My This Week on Earth is Washington Square Park is still ripping it up in the news.
Really?
Ripping it up. I did.
I'm pissed our incident wasn't in the news.
Which one?
The one we attended.
Well, dude, so I did it. My next silent disco was fucking lit.
Oh, I saw that you did one. You
And
didn't
it was
tell me
a-
about it.
I know. I was just kind of. I'm like, I want to do this with no friends. Like Emily didn't even come. I'm like, I'm just trying
couldn't
to
go anywhere.
do this. Like I'm not gonna always rely on my friends. I'm doing it by myself. It was a Pride disco. Happy Pride. And
nice. Did you wear something naughty?
I just wore a shirt. I wore the same shirt that said "Love" like I did on the first one.
Well, it made that one.
Yeah, it was literally a Pride shirt.
Right.
So I was like, I got to wear something that, because I'm like, Pride disco, straight white dude hosting.
Stop being sorry about being a straight white dude.
Well, then I was literally like, don't be weird about it. Just
Yeah,
fucking have a good time.
Don't be weird.
And I had
You're
a great
weird.
fucking time.
Why is he so weird?
Is
You're
that
a
a
straight
weird
white
thing?
dude. You're not going to be able to change that at any point in your life. By the way.
I know, but I'm saying like it was like literally all gay people.
For sure, it's Pride.
And I was like, all right,
what it
cool.
is.
I'm rocking this fucking Pride
Right.
thing. I'm
Was
like,
it a fucking scene?
it was a scene.
I mean, if the
It was
last
honestly
one
dope
was a
because
scene.
I think my fear was more like, am I gonna make these people? Am I gonna be funny? You know what I mean? Like I wasn't like I don't deserve to be here. It was more like fuck. I don't know if like a bunch of gay people think I'm hilarious, but I hope they do. Here we go.
As long as you don't call them like homos, like I think you'll be all right.
What's up,
man.
homos?
Like,
Let's have a good time tonight.
or maybe that would land.
Yeah, I don't know.
If they're in the right mindset, that
Yeah,
could land hard.
for sure.
If they're like on Molly, like Pride Parade vibes, like that might have been sick. But don't try that. I wouldn't recommend.
I got to do a couple more before I start doing that. You know what I mean?
Maybe just never do that.
I don't know.
We can't get canceled
might
because
land.
you called a bunch of gay people homos during Pride Month. Okay, maybe don't do that for us.
I open up with that.
Yeah.
We had a sick fucking time. We go, and this time in Washington Square Park, dude, like, it was so, like, Washington Square Park was popping off just like there was last time, but the cops weren't as weird. Like, there was still cops there, but they weren't, like, remember when we
They weren't
walked?
barricade. They weren't in riot gear.
Yeah, they weren't in riot gear, like, ready to fuck us up.
It's good to
They
hear.
were just, like, chilling. And I brought everyone in, and people were filming us. People, because Washington Square Park right now is just like popping off, and there's people with like big ass cameras like videoing us and fucking. And I found on this like playlist like this, it's like 5 songs in a row. It's like Don't Stop Believin', Bohemian Rhapsody, just like sing along. And we went right in the fucking center, and I was like standing on the thing, and I was just screaming, and like all 50 people were just like fucking. Everyone was going buck wild, dude.
That's like original. That's like OG.
Yeah, I was like
discos.
fully enjoying myself, and like people would run over, like we literally had like a circle around us. It was fucking sick.
Oh my god, that's awesome. So
was
you
so
were
sick.
you had free reign with the music? That
No.
time? Oh, it sounds
but I
like-
knew. I was like, I know what this one is,
you
and
know
when
what's
we
coming
go,
up.
this is gonna be the finale, and I'm like, I'm gonna hit this one, and it was just like, I was like, we're in Washington Square Park, boom, this is what's happening.
Nice.
And then, yeah, so that was like, that wasn't anything this week on Earth. That was actually a couple. But Washington Square Park, dude, I saw, so for Pride, like Washington Square Park, there was like, I think like, there was videos of like cops like beating up people in Pride shit, like from the past thing. And like there was people like from this past, like on Sunday, I think it was the Pride Parade. And literally Washington Square Park was like the fountain, like standing room only in the fountain. And people were going like buck wild.
Oh shit.
And then but it was just like, it seemed like they were partying.
Yeah.
And then I think it like cops, I didn't see a lot of stuff, but there was like rioting and loot. By the end, there was like rioting, looting. I saw there was like a hot dog stand that like the guy got fucking attacked or some shit.
What the fuck was that?
I have no clue what happened there. Zero clue. But it brings me to my point of the week prior, Washington Square Park was in the news again because there was a Washington Square Park fight club where there was
young kids. Was it like kids?
It was like youth.
Yeah.
City youth, like fight clubbing, and they were like one fight went like 6 rounds. I'm like, where are the cops on that thing? Where they're just circled up beating the fuck out of each other for 6 rounds? The cops don't break that up.
By the way,
there were so many. There's 30 to 80 cops in Washington Square Park constantly. I'm like, how did this go down?
You know why that's happening, right? Because there's fight clubs on the beach now in Long Beach.
Really?
Yeah, I see like 13, 14-year-old kids just with boxing gloves just like popping each other in the jaw. And you know why?
Jake Paul.
Because stupid motherfucking TikTok wiggle dick fucking Jake Paul is all over that shit with these fight clubs.
Yeah.
You got the TikTok fight club that happened. You got the Jake Paul shit. It's like culture now. Now these little like nerdy white kids with like fluffy hair are like boxing.
I honestly,
and
if
shit.
you want to box, I don't give a shit.
For sure. But
Fight
like,
Club, I'm honestly, I'm here for Fight
I'm just
Club.
hating watching the
hate Jake Paul.
influence that these douchebags
Yeah.
have. You know what I mean? Like they're douchebags.
Yeah.
They really are. Like there's no ifs, ands, or tits about it. Like they're douches.
But it brought me to this. All brings me to my This Week on Earth.
Go for it.
Which, so I was on my Facebook recently, and I never go on my Facebook.
Yeah. I didn't even know you had one.
But I was on my Facebook because I was just on my Facebook. And
You're 100.
yeah. So I was like, I got like a notification and I like click it and I had a brain blast because when I originally started the silent disco, I was like, all right, like one of the things I could do for marketing is go into like Facebook, like join Facebook, like party Facebook groups and like try and like advertise it in the groups. So I guess one day I was very inspired to try and target the LGBTQ community.
Sounds like something you would have done 2 years ago.
Yeah. And I am part of like 9 of these like party groups. And some of them are like freaky shit. Where it's like some was just like LGBT nightclub, LGBTQ dance parties. But then some of it's like LGBTQ naked stuff.
Ooh.
LGBTQ group, and I just like joined all these groups and I was gonna fucking advertise in there, and I was like, I was getting all these notifications because it was Pride Month and all the advertisements are like fucking like naked dudes and like thongs like that. I'm like, dude, what was I fucking thinking? But fucking going in these groups and trying to make things happen.
Dude, I'm shocked that like Bezos or like whoever's in charge of our ad space wasn't just dripping like gay like items in your like ad space. Like you were scrolling, you saw like I don't know like a rainbow fucking Speedo for like sale.
I don't know what I was like, man, I'm in a lot like I'm pretty sure it's public like what groups you're in. I'm like, I'm in a lot of these like LGBTQ fucking.
Has anybody approached you about anything?
No. I mean, who goes on Facebook?
People do. And that's the funny thing about Facebook. Like I don't go on Facebook. Like I'll go on it once in a while to get the notifications off and then I'll get out. And every time I go on there I see like story like people
are Facebook people.
People our age too
are still Facebook
and it's
people.
only like the towny weirdos that like never leave Dix Hills or East Meadow or whatever. It's only those
For
people
sure.
that are like Facebook, like post on Facebook.
Yeah.
It's like, and they're getting engaged and shit. Or they have their dog. I'm like, I can't with you people. It's insane.
Facebook is still alive and well.
It's weird how
it's a weird vibe in there.
It's so funny that was our home base.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like it was ever home base.
It doesn't, yo. I still laugh when there was a joke where it was like, I love when parents were like, don't get tagged in Facebook pictures when you're drinking, but then they stormed the Capitol.
That's a great fucking meme. I think I saw that meme.
So funny.
Dude, remember the like tagging of like 230 pics of everybody like boozing and chicks would like smear out the bottle of the can of beer so like it looked like you were holding nothing.
That was really inconspicuous.
Stupid.
Let's jump to this McAfee thing. We're
the McAfee thing's kind of old.
Is it?
Sorta. Like, well, we could talk about the McAfee thing. Let's talk about it.
I think he killed himself.
I think so too now.
Oh, I think he actually suicided himself.
Me too. So John McAfee, Frankie, you heard about this? So John McAfee was found dead in I think his prison cell, right?
Yeah.
He was the thing. I don't.
Mexican prison cell.
Spanish.
An hour after his extradition the court passed his extradition into the United States.
Right, dude. This man had a life.
This man
lived like, dude. He ran for president.
Yeah,
under
dude,
the Libertarian Party.
I'm pretty sure in this order, he founded McAfee Virus Software,
right,
which is like a widespread software that like everyone has seen the logo of this thing.
Everyone
made millions of dollars. I'm pretty sure lost hundreds of millions of dollars. Lost a shit ton of it in the 2008 recession.
Yep, all of it.
Then
sold all of his shit.
Moved to Belize.
Yep.
Moved to Belize, and literally just was like, I'm gonna go to Belize and start living like fucking Scarface.
Yeah.
And just bought up like local militia and like armed them all and like greased their fucking hands of the cops and just started living like a gangsta down in Belize.
Yep.
Then allegedly killed someone.
No, he had somebody killed because he thought they killed his dog.
His neighbor tried to poison his dog, and he allegedly tried it. He did. I mean, like all fingers point to like he had someone fucking.
Did he run for president after all this?
Then
Jesus Christ.
Then I'm pretty sure moved to Guatemala, and then came back from Guatemala to the United States and ran for president.
Did you see his video?
No.
So there was something on Fox. I put the link in here. I put the link in here somewhere. Whatever. It's this one. Frankie, click the Fox Business link, I think it is, I want to say. Whatever, I'll just explain it. They play his campaign tape. The first thing he says, he goes, I honestly can't even say it with a straight face. There's microscopic cameras inside of cactuses. Privacy is soon to be like a history. Like privacy soon to like not exist anymore. But the first thing he says is there's secret cameras in cactuses. I hope he's fucking wrong. That's crazy. I hope he's wrong.
He was right about the privacy thing.
Yeah, he was right about that. He was saying some crazy shit, but like a lot of the stuff he said actually wasn't that bad.
Well,
like he looks nuts. He had like a white black beard.
He looks like a character out of Fast and Furious.
He literally looks like a villain, like a rich guy who like turned a little too crazy.
That's exactly, and I think that's literally what happened.
Right.
And then he like made it. He has a tattoo that says "schwacked," and
so basically
it was like if I ever come up like that, I committed suicide. I didn't fucking do it.
Yeah.
But I think he did do it.
So you know me, and I love
a conspiracy theory.
And when I saw the original story before, so there's been some breaking news in the last day or two. But when I saw the original story break, I was like, no way he killed himself. He had tweeted a year ago, right when he got arrested, he was like, yeah, I have friends here. Like if I ever hang myself or kill myself, and then he mentioned Jeffrey Epstein, like a la Epstein, it wasn't me. They did it. They set it up, whatever. Then he got a tattoo on himself, whacked, basically alluding to the fact that he thinks the government's trying to kill him, whack him. So I was full blown like I was like 100% sold, like no way this guy killed himself. I would love to believe that now. No.
It seems like he was just. I was watching Crystal and Sagar on their show, Breaking Points, the political show.
Yeah, they broke away, right? From hell.
And Crystal was basically like, she said it, she was just like, it seemed like this guy was just a big grandeur, like big move, fucking, like was just always wanting like fame and shit, and he just like set this whole thing up to.
Right.
And apparently there's supposed to be, he tweeted that if I ever kill myself, there'll be a release of information.
Right.
And we haven't gotten anything yet.
I hope not.
Well,
like cool information. You mean?
Cool information.
I didn't see that. I thought
all the information that's supposed to leak is never fucking as cool as it's supposed to be.
And it's never leaked.
It's either not leaked. What is on Hunter Biden's fucking laptop?
Right. All we got is some dick pics. I need more.
Yeah. Dick pics and crack pipes.
Right.
We get it.
We only got like a couple of the crack pipes. Like I want to see all the nasty shit. Like I'm curious.
We do have those texts.
We do have the text.
Where he was calling Asian people yellow and calling his friends the N-word.
I didn't see those.
Yeah, he was calling people the N-word.
Didn't see those.
But he was he was saying it in like a friendly way.
Oh yeah, that's fine. I would get away with that, no problem. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. But like, you're right. None of the shit ever comes out.
It doesn't ever come out.
No.
So I don't know. And also at this point, I'm like, I didn't know who this guy was before he tried to off himself, and now this whole thing. And I'm like,
sort of knew who he was, but not really.
It just seems like a big the end. He was 75, bro. He's
exactly.
about to get put back in jail.
He's about to get put in jail for a long time. He was evading like $4 million of taxes. He was going to jail for a long time. He was going to owe a lot of money. I think they were charging him like $25 million. He had to pay certain people for certain shit. So like, if I had tweeted a year ago, if I kill myself, I didn't do it. It was the Clintons or whoever the fuck he said it was. And then I was about to go to jail for like probably the rest of my life.
Yeah.
I would kill myself and stir some shit up because that's the kind of guy I am.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And brava, sir. Bravo. You did it.
Good act.
Take a bow. Sorry that you're dead now, but
can't take a bow because you're dead, but yeah.
Right. You know what I'm saying.
Frankie, you think he killed himself? Yeah. You do not think he killed himself?
I'm not just going to go with he killed himself.
So also wait, something that kind of adds.
You know me.
Something that actually.
I'm with it. Like at first, I was until today. I was like, he did not kill himself.
Did you guys see what was posted on his Instagram though?
Yeah. Wait, I forgot to bring that up. So wait, I forgot for a second that I said no, he didn't kill himself, and then I kind of started coming back for these reasons. 2 reasons.
Because I was surprised. I thought like I was going to be alone in that. I thought you weren't going to agree with me.
No. I do agree with you partially, but then I also don't, and this is why. The day after he killed himself. Guess what was posted to his Instagram page?
A nude.
Just Q.
Oh, right.
So QAnon's back. So I don't know who posted that shit. It wasn't him. He was dead. So he was dead. Q got posted. What if he was Q the whole fucking time? It was John McAfee from Belize just fucking cracking up, just being like, fucking let's go, bitches.
Frankie,
Like,
what do you got in this realm?
I really I don't know enough.
You're just not
don't
fully
know.
sold yet.
I'm not sold that he killed himself.
Well, they also found today, or they announced today, someone close to him said that there was a suicide note in his pocket, but they did not release that information to his family. So they didn't tell his wife that there was a suicide note, and they wouldn't disclose what the suicide note said to his wife. If you're someone's wife and your husband kills himself, don't you have a right to know whatever the fuck your husband said on the suicide note?
For sure.
That's interesting.
I mean, it's
don't
fishy
know,
shit. The guy was like when stories like this break, and I've never heard of a person before, and then I'm like, all right, who is this guy John McAfee everyone's talking about? And then I read about it, I'm like, America is fucking insane.
Yeah.
Like, we're young people.
Yeah.
And, like, we have so much more to go here.
I know,
And we
it's
can get so... if we follow in the footsteps of some of the people before us, we can get so fucked up and get a... Tiger King, bro. All of Doc Antle, that whole realm of people. All these, like, super rich pedo billionaires. All
Right.
the pedophilia thing. Kyle Massey. Did you see Kyle Massey?
No. Oh, is that the guy who killed himself?
No,
Killed all
Kyle
the
Massey.
people in
Corey, and the house just
no.
got the same charges as Drake Bell. So now Drake Bell and him are boys and out getting analed in fucking prison together.
No.
Yeah, bro, for the exact same thing. Texting.
I knew I didn't like Boy Meets World for a reason.
Boy Meets World. Corey in the house. Boy Meets World.
Wait.
Kyle Massey.
Oh,
That's
wait,
so
Frankie,
Raven's
you met
younger
his
sister.
fucking- Frankie met his
Yeah.
fucking brother.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about that guy.
Oh,
The
no.
fucking,
That's Ben Savage.
That's Ben Savage. My bad. Fuck.
Yeah.
Damn. Kyle Massey?
Yeah.
He's been, what, banging like young ladies?
He's just. I think he got jailed for the same thing, the exact same thing. How about-
endangering children?
Yeah, literally.
I need more explanation.
What's
and
up with
information.
this? Why is Nickelodeon Disney stars in the same week the same charges? It must be the same guy on the same case. He's like, all right, get Drake.
Guess?
You know? What are the odds of that? That's what I'm saying, bro. This fucking shit is fucked. The Delta. Look at all the terrible things we talked about today.
All terrible things.
Terrible things.
All
and guess
terrible.
what? Next week there's gonna be a
More-
whole list of more shit.
More terrible things.
It's
That's
insane.
what life is. Just you hear about a bunch of bad shit and then you die. That's what life is.
Yeah.
But wait, the last
Go to
thing
Montauk in between and you lose your voice.
Yeah, you go to Montauk
Spend all your money.
to kill yourself. Then you come back and you hear some more terrible shit. Last thing I want to say about John McAfee, he did have this quote that was like, "Isn't your life supposed to be awesome? Like, aren't you supposed to create an awesome life?" He's like basically saying like, "Do your thing," which was cool, man. So I'll give you that. You did your thing. You fucked up though.
Yeah.
But you did your thing. So cool. But like, yikes. So we'll see what happens with that shit.
Yeah, we will see.
And also, the autopsy came back and said he killed himself. Said suicide.
I mean,
That also came back.
Epstein said they suicided also.
That's true.
So that secondary guy was like,
That's true.
definitely not. Definitely not.
Definitely not. The autopsy didn't say kill him.
The
Oh, it
autopsy
did.
that the government did said yes, and then they had like some like
You're right.
the best autopser in history.
Is autopsy a word?
No, I just made it up.
Right. You're right. That's exactly what
And
happened.
he was
So
like,
we'll see
"This is
what-
an exact break of someone who was like
Can
killed."
you say second opinion?
Yeah.
I need a second opinion. So, do you want to skip this? I guess.
My laptop died, but I'm down. It's just I feel bad on time. You good, Frankie? Can you do one more? All right, cool.
Cool. So, let's see here. So last
topic.
Last topic. I'm very intrigued by what's going on with Rudy Giuliani.
Oh, that's what you wanted to go with?
What did you want to talk about?
I was going to talk about the
Gwen Barry?
Yeah.
We can talk about Gwen Barry.
I feel like Rudy Giuliani's a beaten record, man.
Yeah, but this is just weird to me. It's weird to me.
I didn't know this one at all.
Oh, you don't know this one? Then it's not even worth talking
I know,
about.
I heard
'cause
he
we're gonna
got
sound
disbarred.
stupid. Well, he's about to get disbarred. He's banned from practicing law in New York State, but like they're not putting him on trial. Like they're not doing a hearing. They're just like, nah. But like that's like unheard of.
He'll appeal it and then
But it's weird. So I read this piece by Alan Dershowitz of all people for The Hill. Is the Hill just like a thing that anybody could write for? I was reading it. I was like, I wonder who wrote this. It was fucking Alan Dershowitz.
Like, as far as like not being in a pedophile documentary, he's like known to be like a very credible.
Well, he's a very good lawyer. Yeah.
But like he writes for, he does op-eds all the time.
Also, in his article, he wrote that he voted for Biden and he is a lifelong Democrat, which is wild because he defended Trump like a bunch. So interesting. But anyway, so yeah, he was basically saying, so Rudy Giuliani came on TV and said all that shit about the election fraud. That's why they're banning him from practicing law, because they are saying he knowingly said untrue things that he knew were untrue. But they're not letting him like testify, or they're not like letting him be seen in court, which is crazy. But isn't it weird? The only thing I think is weird is the things that he was saying. They wouldn't hear the case, remember, about the election fraud? So isn't it weird that you won't hear that case, but then you'll ban him from practicing law and you won't give him time in court to appeal that? Isn't that odd? Like, I don't get how that's even... I don't get that. That just doesn't make sense to me. That's the only thing I wanted to talk about. It's just like, that doesn't make sense. Like, you don't... I feel like that doesn't...
Did that Arizona audit ever come through?
I don't know. Frankie did. I have no idea.
They... Last I saw, they checked. They finished the hand counting and hand ballots the 25th. I don't know when it's going to be finished, though.
Okay.
Wouldn't want to fucking go through that.
No, would not. But it just does. It's just weird to me. It's just like, it doesn't make much sense that, because Rudy Giuliani, when I think of Rudy Giuliani, before all this shit, nobody like hated him. It wasn't like, except, well, they hated him for like the stop and frisk stuff. But as far as like a lawyer, he was there was no issues. You know what I mean? He wasn't this like joke of a political flop figure. He was like a very credible lawyer. So
Rudy, he just seemed like, it seems just, in my opinion, just like time for him to retire.
Right, but so there's two possibilities. Either he's telling the truth and this is all insane, or he's completely insane. Like completely complete. That's the only two options, because they're saying he knew he was telling mistruths. But I think if you're Rudy Giuliani, there's no way you would do that, because you have quite a reputation you can't really fuck with. Like, you wouldn't put yourself on the line for bullshit. So he either was telling the truth or is completely insane. I
think it's like a method acting thing, where they're saying, where it's like he's saying all these things knowing it's. I think he's almost like so deep in it that he does think it's true.
Yeah, but this is the one of the few people who supposedly has seen the evidence that there was, right? So like, you can't convince yourself something's true.
The evidence
if you're
that
looking
he won't
at it.
show us.
Well,
the Hunter Biden laptop. He's like, we got it. They came into my house. They stole it.
No, they didn't.
And I was like, do you want the Hunter Biden laptop?
They didn't steal the laptop.
That whole interview was just insane to me. I don't know anything about Rudy Giuliani, but like literally, when I look at Rudy Giuliani speak, I see an insane person. I don't know why. I don't know if that's my bias. Person. I literally see an insane person.
It's definitely 100% your bias.
But dude, it just seems like an old man screaming at the fucking clouds.
He's not that fucking old. Like, he can't be older than Biden. He can't possibly be older than Biden.
I mean, Biden's an old man too. They're both old men.
He's running our fucking country and he's insane. So there's no way. What's his name?
What does Biden have to do with anything?
Age.
Just kind of hilarious.
I'm saying there's no way.
I'm saying they're both old as fuck.
But he's 77. He is exactly the same age as Biden.
They're both too old.
Minus the two brain.
No, he's 1 year younger.
Wait, so what I was going to say was...
Who had two brain surgeries?
Joe Biden.
Did he really?
Yeah.
It's a lot of surgeries.
But anyway.
They put his chip in there.
When I saw something... Oh, yeah. I had another show. The other show had this guy on who was in the Young Republicans in New York, and he said that because for one of their events that they had recently, they had like a drinking event, and it was like an art gallery, but it really was just the Giulianis like are friends with some of the people in the organization, and they sent them a bunch of the stuff from Hunter Biden's art that was on his laptop, and they sent it to them to like blow up and like auction off. It's like they literally have the laptop like sending shit. Like, here's this fucking art that they got on here. You could use that. Like,
dude, I saw a fucking headline the other day that was like, like some art inspector or fucking, I don't know, professional something expert said that like came on record to say Hunter Biden's art is actually very good and will be worth a ton of money one day. Like came on record to say that. And I'm like, maybe, but also
I feel like it'll be
probably not.
It'll be, if anything, in like a weird Charlie Sheen type way. You know what I mean? Where it's not like this man's a genius. Like, look at his work of art. It's like, this guy's a fucking sociopath.
Right.
He made this art. It's super fucked up. And like, if you're like a super rich person who throws like lavish fucking like weird sex parties, I feel like a Hunter Biden piece would be like a hit at the party. But you're not gonna go to like the MoMA or like the Met and it's gonna be like, this one is Van Gogh, and this one is Hunter Biden. Like, it's not going to be viewed in that light.
Maybe a sex party guy.
Yeah, like a sex party art thing.
But even then, like, I feel like sex party people, a lot of the times, like the wealthy ones at least, are like art enthusiasts. You know what I mean? So, like, the sexy art like the sexual art, like, let's take Epstein, for example. He had all that nasty art.
Yeah.
I'm going to just assume, because he was a fucking bajillionaire, I got to say that art was probably from credible artistes. Not fucking Hunter Biden, who did a bunch of meth and then decided I'm an artiste. Like, that's not how this shit works. Like, at least Charlie Sheen was like a career-long artist. He was an artsy man.
Yeah.
And then he went crazy. Maybe he did some art and shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I could see that. Hunter Biden just did a bunch of meth. It don't make no sense.
I think, like,
or crack or whatever.
I think, like, yeah, let him fucking sell whatever he wants. But, like, I saw the thing. It was, like, Obama's ethics chief or someone that used to work for Obama in the White House, like his ethics chief came out. He's like, this can't be. Like, you can't have this just because of the fact that, like, you could bid on it anonymously. He's like, you can't just have anonymous donors, buying his art, not knowing who it is and why they're doing it actually and how much they're.
It's also
what I'm saying? It's just it's a window for bribery.
Right. It's
like
weird that
selling them for anonymous through anonymous seller or buyers.
Right. It just seems flying too close to the sun. Like, for someone who is just under, like, obviously it was all called bullshit, so there remains to be seen how much truth there is to it. But like the whole thing with China and all that shit that just happened with like the whole Biden family, like right after all that heat, you're just gonna be like, I'm gonna sell art to anonymous people for millions of dollars. Like, doesn't that seem like you're fucking nuts for even attempting that right now? Like, it seems like crazy.
I mean, yes.
Right?
Definitely fucking nuts for,
like, go sell your art.
And I don't know if there's like a weird like buy my art and we'll give you like, it's like a lobbying like, I don't know if there's like some backdoor deal situation. I just view it as like Hunter Biden is a fucking like the Billy Madison. You know, Billy Madison starts off just being like a fuckboy party boy of like a rich dude.
And then he's a teacher.
And yeah, it's like I kind of view it as like he's just like was like, fuck it, I'm gonna make some art now and sell it, and then people are assholes and they buy it, and I don't see any, if there's some other deeper meaning to it where there's like it actually is fucking China and China's here, like, oh, okay, whatever, but like I kind of viewed it as like he's an asshole. He's selling his shit because he's an asshole, and assholes buy things from assholes.
No, I don't think he's an asshole for selling his shit. I just think you could totally sell your shit on non-anonymous like methods of selling it. It seems risky to sell your art anonymously after going through such allegations.
And your
I just think it would,
the president.
And your father's the president. It just seems like your dad is the president.
How old is Hunter?
It's not
I think
clicking.
he's like 50.
Why is it risky? It's not clicking.
Risky because of the conversation we're having right now, saying he could be taking money from like China, for example, or whoever the fucking the theories are. Like, you just got accused of those things. Like, there was, remember, Rudy Giuliani, of all fucking people, came out with all the text messages, and they were talking about boss was dad, and they were funding the fucking, they were taking money from this China, that China. That guy came on Fox. He hated Tucker Carlson, and he did that interview. He's like, I fucking don't want to be here, but I need to tell this story. That whole thing, Bob Lebowski, whatever the fuck his name was, right?
Bob Alinsky.
Bob Lebowski. So, like, that, I'm saying, like, after all that shit happened, like, why would you do, like, how could you be so ballsy to do that? I just would never, ever be that ballsy. I'd be like, I'm going to auction this art in fucking person so that I can't possibly have people accuse me of being in cahootskis with China.
Right.
Like, why would you open yourself up to that? You idiot.
Because that's how
the
cocky
meth.
they are, bro.
That's the meth.
He's going to do it right in front of your face.
Yeah, he's cocky as fuck. But I just think my point is, I'm not saying he's doing that, but I'm saying why would you fucking be dumb enough to do that? We would never be having this conversation if he wasn't doing dumb shit like that. You know what I mean? He's opening up the possibility for this conversation by selling art to anonymous fucking people for a gajillion
That's
dollars.
what I'm saying. He's
and he
cocky
has
as
no
fuck.
art history. He has no art background, and he's getting millions of dollars for art. Are you shitting me, guy? Get out of here. Get the fuck out of town.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know anything about the corruption enough to comment on it. It's just I just view it as an asshole doing asshole things.
Right.
And maybe
that could be totally what it is.
Maybe he's such a big asshole that he will literally. He didn't get any. They got no problems the first time around.
Zero.
Everyone was talking about it. No issues.
Right.
And now he's going to do it again in your face.
No, but
because he's a cocky asshole.
I'll say it. Like, he could be totally innocent. Like, it could all be not true. All of it. But it's just so nuts. Like, it's nuts.
It is nuts. Yeah, I'm with that 100%.
Like, it's crazy.
I'm 100% with that.
So it's just that's my only comment. No accusations. I'm not saying that is true, but it's just it seems bananas that you would even attempt to do such a thing.
I mean, he is a meth head though.
That's so true.
He's a fucking meth head.
Is it crack or meth or both? Whatever it is, it ain't good.
It sounds like something that a rich crackhead playboy would do, though.
Right, a rich crackhead playboy.
It sounds exactly like something he would do.
Right. It does sound like something a rich crackhead playboy would do.
Yeah.
You know what a rich crackhead playboy that's crazy enough to do something like that shouldn't be doing, though? Making deals with any company in any other country ever for anything ever.
True.
So I'll end on that. Ever. Sheesh. All right, let's end real quick with Gwen Berry.
Yeah.
Sorry, I went on a rant there.
Yeah, I didn't. There was so much, that whole Rudy Giuliani thing, I was
just so confused. I just was very confused by it. That was all.
Yeah.
After reading you should read the Alan Dershowitz article. It's actually very interesting. But anyway, moving on. You want to intro this one, kid?
Yeah, so athlete named Gwen Berry. I think she was, so it's the Olympic trials. I think it was the hammer throw competition. Mm-hmm. She got third, they go on the podium, and the national anthem starts to play while they were up there. And she turned away from the flag and then was also holding a shirt that said activist athlete. Mm-hmm. And I think turned back and then was wearing it at one point and wore it on her head or some shit.
Covered her head with it.
And yeah, that is just fucking running amok through the news cycle this week.
Yeah, but then she came out and said that she
was
thinks
a setup.
They did it on purpose. They played the national anthem when she was up there.
So she came out and said that, which is just the most narcissistic thing I've ever heard. It's first of all, it's the Olympics. I feel like they have the national anthem on repeat at that shit.
Well, it was a set schedule. It was supposed to play at 5:20, which is the exact time it played.
Yeah.
So she was saying oh, it was supposed to play before we went out there. But there was a set schedule.
Yeah.
Every single day it played at 5:20, every single day. And then she's like, oh, they did it. They're obsessed with me and they did it on purpose. It was a setup. I think listen, if you want to turn away
if you want to protest, whatever.
Right. I'm not a fan of it at the Olympics specifically.
Yeah.
I get it a little bit in the NBA. I get it a little bit in the NFL. I'm fine with it. The MLB, I get it. Olympics is a little different. You're here for your country, so I'm less.
You're trained for your country.
Maybe
the country paid for your training.
If you don't want to be there for the anthem, maybe don't play for the Olympics.
States,
yeah, maybe go play for fucking anyone else then.
Yeah,
literally play against the United. That's your deal. But I'll still be okay with that. I'll still let that ride a little bit. But to then go and say it was a setup and it's this whole elaborate thing seems
dude, she got the
completely
conspiracy
nuts.
theory bug, dude.
She
got the conspiracy.
Could you imagine concocting a conspiracy theory about yourself though? That's fucking nuts.
She also got third place.
Right.
If you got first place and then they played it, maybe I'll try to believe you that it was a setup. But you're not even good enough to get first place.
No, because if America,
they're not out to get the third place person.
But
They just fucking played it at 5:20.
Right, they played it. It's the fucking Olympics. It's gonna play.
They're gonna play the national anthem.
They're gonna play the anthem. Like, what do you think they're gonna play?
Yeah.
They're gonna play fucking Bring 'Em Out by Jay-Z? That's not what they're gonna fucking play.
I really am like, with the kneeling, I honestly think kneeling for the flag during the national anthem is a respectful way to protest.
Right. Turning your back to it, way less respectful.
Turning your back, you're just like, fuck that place.
Right.
You're just like, I mean, like, her message is basically just like, fuck that, fuck America, like,
right.
You know, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, all right, well, you know, you can, 100%, you're entitled to your opinion. Do whatever you please.
Totally.
You know what I mean? 100%. Do whatever you please.
You are entitled to your opinion, and I don't like that. I don't like disagree with people being able to protest. I don't necessarily agree with doing it. I just don't agree with doing it in that way on that stage in the Olympics. I'll be honest, like that seems insane to me. It really does.
Yeah,
listen,
I'm with that
she's
too.
gonna do what she's gonna do. I'm not gonna
Exactly.
like fucking go on a Twitter rampage about it. But like personally, I'm just like, dude, that ain't it. You're in the Olympics. Don't fucking. She was talking about how last year they banned her from playing somewhere because she went on like a political tear on something, like a social justice tear,
really?
and they banned her from doing an event. So she was saying that, you know, they basically took her income away. And I'm like, okay, yeah, because she couldn't do her thing.
Hammer throw.
Right. But, you know, you're at the Olympics though. Like, you're playing for your country. Like they're paying, like, if your boss is essentially the United States in that. So like, if I told my boss, fuck you, you racist pig, like, and I got fired, I'm not going to be surprised.
Yeah.
At all.
Also, you can, if you just stood there facing the flag with your shirt on or like kneeled or whatever, cool. You know what I mean?
Right.
But it's like you turn your back on, you're just going to lose a bunch of people.
But I feel like the turning the back would have gotten heat. But it's the talk that really got it. Like, it's all the bullshit afterwards that really got it. Like,
well,
her
it's 2 and 1.
explanation was the problem.
You know, the turning of the back is symbolic for what she said.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Did you see what did you see, like, apparently they're going to allow protests like that in the qualifying rounds.
They won't allow it in the...
They won't allow it in Tokyo.
Well, now it's going to be interesting for...
They shouldn't allow it in Tokyo,
do
bro.
we care about the Olympics at all?
Yeah, dude.
Do you care about it?
We should care about the Olympics.
I don't at all.
No, we should, dude. Let me explain why.
All right.
Our country right now sucks dick. Everybody hates each other. Fucking black people hate this. White people hate this. Everybody's fucking pitted against each other. White people are fucking shitting on Gwen Barry for doing this bullshit. She's doing this bullshit, pissing off white people. Everybody's mad at everybody.
Right.
The Olympics are like, you ever see fucking Miracle Man?
Yeah, but that was special.
No, it could be special again.
I just don't think it's the same at all.
James Harden's playing for fucking USA. It could be that again. The Olympics is when every country, dude, in 1942, I think it was 1942, fucking Hitler and Mussolini were at the Olympics. Think about that.
That's pretty crazy.
Think about that. That's fucking bananas. You all come together peacefully. We beat each other up on the field. Nobody's blowing up. Nobody's shooting Jews in the street. We're just there. I mean, he was probably doing that anyway. But like the whole point of like coming together as nations and competing on a field as opposed to like war and like we shouldn't, like, her going up there and like shitting on America sucks for the Olympics. Like, it sucks because the whole point of the Olympics is having pride in your own country.
Right.
And it's heartbreaking to see that, like, America can't even get that right now. Like, America can't even do that right now. Doesn't that fucking break? It doesn't break your fucking heart. It breaks my fucking heart. It sucks, dude.
I just can't get behind, like, it's the hammer throw, you know? I just don't really care.
Right. It's the hammer throw. Hammer throw don't mean shit.
Like, the Miracle was like...
But it's the fucking point, dude. You don't think that's going to happen when, I don't know, any other fucking sports happen throughout the Olympics? I'm sure it'll happen.
Well, now
again.
it's going to be, well, they're not allowed to technically do it. So now it's going to be,
somebody will fucking do something.
Exactly.
All
now it's
going to be,
now it's going to be interesting to see if they're going to start protesting with it.
Right, like that could have been a moment.
And then it's going to be like, what's going to happen? Are people going to get NC stated? Are they going to just rip them right off the field afterwards? You got the gold medal, but you're turned away to be with Gwen Barry, and then we take the gold medal away, and then the United States like loses in some weird fashion where we actually won, but we got, because everyone is like, fuck America.
Exactly. Like it just is.
You know, I gotta
Sports
say,
is supposed to be where you do it on the field, dude. It's you take it out on the field. I don't know if Michael Jordan said that in The Last Dance, but I know he said something about I'm an athlete, not an activist. That whole thing. I'm fine with you being an athlete activist. That's cool and everything. But like whatever happened to do it on the field. Like you have emotions, show it on the field. You're upset, prove it on the field. You're mad, show it take it out on the fucking field. All this I'm talking, I'm emotional. I get why you're emotional, but the way people are doing it makes sports soft. It makes everybody it makes it all meaningless. It makes it less enjoyable to watch. It makes it less. I don't want to root, but I want to root for it. You know what I mean? It just fucking takes all the miracle specialness out of that shit. It fucking does. It snatches the energy out of it because then it just is distracting. And I get why it happens on so many levels, but the Olympics, man, just breaks my fucking heart. It stinks.
I'm with all that. I think that's a good point. You know, but just, bro, the Olympics, Tokyo is the Olympics are in Tokyo. Mm-hmm. There was a poll that came out that 90% of Tokyo's people do not want the Olympics to happen because Tokyo was just recently burning from COVID. Mm-hmm. But then the government and the nationals were okay, well we'll take that into consideration, but we're gonna still do our thing.
Right. Well, they probably
so having an Olympics during a pandemic is already a weird, clouded thing to begin with. Mm-hmm. So it could have been an interesting time for, America to come together and fucking, unite miracle level. But it also could just be a super spreader Delta variant party.
Right. But what does that have to do with anything else, though?
It just I'm so not into the Olympics to the level of Miracle. Miracle was fucking the stakes were so high during me. I don't know why. It's just
right. But why can't your brain get to the point where you're okay, then the stakes were high for a lot of reasons. Right now, our country's in turmoil. That's when stakes are high. When your country's in turmoil. That was what was that? The Cold War or some shit, whatever that was. Miracle. When was Miracle? Was that the Cold War? And it was U.S. versus Russia.
Right.
Right. So right now, what the fuck's going on? America's burning to the ground. For real, though, literally. Portland's on fire, for real. So, America's a fucking shit show. If America came together and, smoked the Olympics, wouldn't that be fucking tight as hell? Wouldn't you be pumped after, COVID fucked America up? Wouldn't that be sick? You can't see that movie in 10 years, bro? It's going to be a sick fucking movie. But it's not now because this bitch has ruined it for everybody. The movie's going to suck now. Fuck.
Yeah. I don't feel as strongly in that way as you.
It's just the Olympics. I was excited for the Olympics for that reason because this country is shit right now. So I was excited for everybody to just put it behind them and
I think hearing that the people of I was like, oh, we're really doing the Olympics, but
I'm shocked too, bro.
So I kind of was just not as America fuck yeah with the Olympics, but
right.
I definitely everything you're saying makes sense.
I'm shocked that the Olympics are happening for sure.
Yeah.
But if they're gonna happen, I would definitely not like this shit to also be happening during it. This year has sucked enough, man. I'm not trying to hear a lot of this shit anymore. I'll be honest. It stinks. It stinks. It smells like booty.
It does. It smells like booty.
Right?
It does smell like booty.
I'll be honest. I didn't think I was gonna get that fired up about the Olympics, but I was just.
You got really fired up, man.
I was fired up.
Listen, you feel that way?
I do.
That's fine.
I haven't watched the Olympics ever.
That's what I'm saying. I haven't watched the Olympics. I don't think I've ever watched the Olympics besides watching the movie Miracle.
Well, honestly, I started getting more into it because my roommate goes to the Olympics. Matt's going.
Oh, right.
Matt's going to Tokyo.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, dude, he's going. He's gone to the Olympics all the time. He goes all the time. He went to Korea for the Winter Olympics or whatever, South Korea. He goes. So ever since he did that, we ride for America.
Right.
Yeah, me and the boys. You got to ride for America, dude. That's the thing. But that's my point. Last thing I'll close on. She's playing for America, but she's not riding for America.
Yeah, no.
That's weird. Don't play. That was what I was trying to say before, where your her income was taken away. You're selling out then. Some would say you're selling out then because you don't give a fuck. You think you hate America at this moment. You may not hate America. That might be strong. But you're shitting on America. But then you're going to take the paycheck and you're going to play for America. So if you care so much, eat that paycheck, eat it, and don't fucking play for America. That's how you protest the Olympics, not by playing and turning your back to the flag and embarrassing the fucking country. That's not how you do it. You fucking don't play. Don't play and come in fucking third. Silly ass.
Yeah. I got nothing to add there. I mean,
I got nothing left. I think I left it all out of the field.
you did. You left it all out in the field, big guy.
Poetry.
Yeah. You left it all out in the field.
That's going to be a YouTube nightmare.
Enjoy the rest of your week. Happy birthday to Joe.
Oh, yeah.
This is coming out tomorrow. It's going to be your birthday.
Yeah, it is my birthday tomorrow.
And you're going to get a lot of love or hate in YouTube. So go easy on him.
Hopefully the latter.
I don't remember which one I said.
Former. Love y'all.
Love y'all.